Whoa. Hello. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, Harold? What's up, Yuki? What's up, Dretzel? What's up, D Shook? What's up, Ace? What's up, Luyo? Can't say the name. Melody. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Hello, everybody. Another chill stream tonight. We're gonna be hanging out, playing some ranked games, having a good time. We're gonna be chilling. It's gonna be a chill stream tonight. Yo, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Yeah. On hopefully the eve of the next set announcement is my hope. Hoping we get some news tomorrow about the next update coming to Pokemon Pocket. I'm actually really curious. I'm really curious as to what that announcement is going to be about. At this point, we definitely need some big news, but we'll see. It might have to wait till October, but new cards I'm always happy with. Hello from Twitch. Hope you're feeling better a bit, Mads. Elvin? What's going on, Elvin Gambit? How you doing, man? I'm actually still a bit sick. I still don't actually feel great. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, you know, we're gonna ride with it today. We're gonna have a good time. What's up, Light Rain? What's going on, brother? Yo, will Maddie stream? Best part of the day. I appreciate that, Phantom. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks in the world of Pokemon Pocket. I think most people are doom posting about the game. Yo, thanks for the follow spot. There's just a lot of people that are, generally not super happy with the game. I understand it. I think the consensus that I'm getting from the community has been, just general boredom, right? We need updates. We need new things to do in the game. It's a little bit, kind of more of the same every month, right? And a change of pace, I think, would definitely be really, really good. Yo, what's going on, Doodoo? How you doing? Shout out to all the channel members, by the way. We do have sort of a new channel membership system. First time chatter, what's up, Red Comet? I just collect these days. See, that's what we don't want. We want people to have fun playing the game, But how do I become a YouTube member? So there's a little button next to subscribe. It should say join. Yeah, you can go ahead and join the channel right there. It's basically equivalent to like a Twitch sub. And we've got some some perks in the Discord server. You get a special role, you get access to member specific channels, and then we also are going to be doing a members only live stream, probably around once a week on the weekends. Should be pretty fun. And I would definitely recommend you guys tune in, because we can really hang out and do whatever, members only. But it also supports me, and I definitely appreciate that. Becoming a member on YouTube is the same thing as a sub on Twitch, so keep that in mind. People who are members also get cool emotes. We do now have emotes and whatnot in both Twitch and YouTube live chat, which is pretty cool. Max, what's going on? I think people are just burnt out for this set. Yeah, I think this set was just a little bit more of the same. It didn't really change a lot of things about the game, and I think people in general got a little bit bored. Yo, subscribing is free. Liking the stream is also free. That's right. Yeah, hitting that like button, also free. I would recommend it for sure. What's up, Jace? What's going on? Yo, Jay Hoove, the legend. The Dragonite legend himself there with the Jigglypuff emote. That's a sub right there. Thank you, man. How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? I think we just hop right into it. We're still playing Silvally Giratina. I think this is a quality deck list. It's gone pretty well for us before, so we're going to continue on the train here. I don't really feel like switching, I'm not going to lie. I do like Silvally. I think Silvally is a very good constant in this metagame. I just feel like it's well positioned both against Suicune in a lot of ways, but also a lot of the counter Suicune decks. I just think it's a really solid choice right now. So we're going to continue on the Silvally train. But yeah. No adding counter to broken stuff makes the game boring too. I think there's a lot of counters to Suicune. If anybody has watched the channel over the last month, we've covered like dozens of decks that are theoretically strong into Suicune. But the issue with playing against Suicune is that it's a lot more skill-based than it is just playing a deck that, auto wins, so you know what I mean? And whenever matchups feel less reliant on the actual decks you're playing and more the plays you make, most people end up sort of like most players end up losing games, right, to their own accord, and I think most people just don't really like that. Purple Volley, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm hoping we get a big update soon. I mean, that's the hope. I think most people are really anticipating that. I think Mega Pokemon are going to change the metagame a lot, and whether it's for better or for worse, it at least will be, a new change, right? It's going to be something different, which I think a lot of people are excited about. I am. I'm very excited. But let's hop right into it. I haven't actually played ranked in a couple of days since I've been sick, so we are going first into Suicune, just like we always do, just like we love doing. We have Mars Double Rocky Helmet in hand, which is great fun for sure. But he released Froakie, so that's good news, at least for us. Let's see what we top deck here. It's a Gladion. Just attach the helmet and pass, I think, here. The problem with counterplaying Suicune is that the deck is that it's not a great deck list against anything else. I don't know about that. I mean, I think Guzzlord is actually really, really good into a lot of matchups. Giratina Darkrai has a winning matchup into Suicune. A couple of the Lightning decks are, in general, actually really strong, too. The Savali deck we're playing as well. The issue, I think, with Suicune is that there's nothing that, like, super hard counters it, right? So when you think about a counterplay deck, you would think, you know, you have a really good chance of winning. The best matchups into Suicune are, like, around 60% or even less, which means you're losing around still almost half the time. So what's up, Crushin'? My day's been good. My day has been good. Hello. How you doing? Throwback. I just hit my rank up game to Master Ball twice, and I can't get in. I just can't get in. Oh, man. Just keep trying. Just keep trying. I wonder if Mega Pokemon will technically be EX Pokemon, you know, for the Dancing Chicken. They are, yeah. The Mega Pokemon are EXs for sure. Okay, so he went -1 energy, which is really good for us, I would say. He's got a big hand, and we have Gladion in hand as well, so I'm just going to play the Mars. He's got double Froakie, so we really do not want Rare Candy and Greninja next turn, but, you know, if he gets it, he gets it, right? Is what it is. We're safe from KO next turn, so... we flip tails, all right. Yo, what's up? Luio. When does rank end? I think it ends on the 26th, maybe the 27th. Top 750 right now. 1450 points, but I don't know if I'll stop playing. Yeah, I mean, people usually grind at the end of seasons. Okay, so he does get one Greninja down. It's a little bit scary, but it's okay. We get Guzma. We do have a second Rocky Helmet in hand, which is really funny. If we top deck a red, that would be really good for us. We do run 2 copies of red in our deck, so we'll see. Yo, thanks for the sub, Phantom. Thank you, man. Was that a sub on YouTube or on Twitch? You haven't been sub yet? That's pretty crazy. Anyway, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. So if we evolve, we're safe from getting KO'd, right? Yeah, he can only do 80 next turn, so let's just play the research. Maybe we have a red in hand. We really want a Pokeball or a type null. We'll bench that Giratina later if we have to. But unless he heals here, if he doesn't heal, he actually gets KO'd if he attacks us, right? So if we flipped heads last turn, that would have been way better, but, you know, never lucky, right? Never lucky. So the Shuriken's going to come out for sure. I wonder if he even is going to attack. We don't have a Cyrus in hand. He inflatable boats to Greninja, which is interesting. I wonder if he's still going to attack us. He might not have Irida in hand. He does not have Irida in hand. That's really good for us. Okay. We do want... Okay. All right. All right. So I think we play Gladion here for sure for the type null, and we bench at KO, and then we just sort of ride off into the sunset, I think. We only have one Rocky Helmet, but that's actually really good in case he doesn't have Irida. So I actually quite like our odds this game. We can also Sabrina next turn if he doesn't have another Greninja, and then we just win. So we're doing pretty good. Yo, Matthias, my favorite YouTuber streaming. Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It makes me very happy when you guys say that. It makes me very happy. Even though it might not be true, you might just be being nice, and even if that's the case, I do appreciate it. Okay, he does bench the Giratina, protects himself from Sabrina, but if he attacks us, he gets KO'd, right? So that's the upside. He might have Cyrus. He might be trying to KO the type null here, which he can do. Actually does put us in an awkward position if he does have Cyrus. But we can just double up on Giratina and Bellow. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Could have played around that probably, but it's all good. If we Sabrina here, we kind of lock him into Giratina, which means he can't attack next turn, right? Unless he has like Leaf or whatever. So that's what we're gonna do. This is the first match of the night, yeah, for sure. This is the first match of the night. So I am actually gonna Sabrina him here, just to maybe stall for a turn. And also get an extra turn here on Giratina where we can attach. Sabrina's actually really clutch right now. So he does have to go into Giratina, obviously. But if he doesn't have a Leaf or a way to retreat, then he's just sort of stuck here. And we're getting valuable damage off. And the next turn, we can even just double up on Giratina, and then it's GG, right? So, I think we're in a good spot. All right, so no Leaf. Basically kind of GG if we top deck our Cyrus. Another Suicune comes down. We can actually... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Going first, Silvally lead into Suicune. Easy dubs, guys. Let's go. This is what this deck does. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about, guys. Super fun. I love this deck. I do love this deck. I really do. We got lucky because he led Froakie there and not Suicune, but hey. we also went first and led type null, right? So we take the dubs. Oh, yo, that was T-Mac. That was Tracy McGrady. Crazy. Who would have thought? Who would have thought we would have played Tracy McGrady himself in Pokemon Pocket? Oh, man. Let's do it. Yeah, shout out to all the channel members, all the subs. Feel free to use your new emotes. How many times can you say it is what it is before getting tilted, Mads? I think my limit's probably like 5 or 6. I believe in the video where we actually showcased this deck list, I probably said it is what it is like 30 times. And I was full tilted. I really was. We are going second now, but we lead Mantike. Thanks for the follow, Domri. Thank you. We do have Pokeball in hand. So, who do you have winning the East this year? Probably, I don't know. My sleeper pick is like the Bucks. Is that a crazy pick? Could even be like Miami. I don't even know who's on what team. I don't think the Knicks are going to win again. Or actually, it might be the Knicks. Maybe it is the Knicks, actually. It's crazy to say that, but type no, please. Thank you. We Mars this turn. He's got like 15 cards in his hand. Who do I have winning the East this year is a hilarious question. Yo, what's up, HF? What's going on, man? The new emotes are looking sweet. I love the emotes in the Discord server, so in general, I'm just happy that we're able to get them over here on the live stream chats. I'm talking a little quiet right now because my wife is putting my daughter down for bed, so I don't want to disturb them. If I'm talking a little bit quietly, I apologize. The attach is active. Yeah, we're in a good spot. We're in a very good spot. The Cavs, yeah, actually, the Cavs are a great pick, Matthias. That's a great point. Shout out to the Mavs. Or sorry, the Cavs. The Cavs are really good. I thought they were going to make a run last year, but just wasn't, I don't know. I think the video where you showcase this deck is the only time I've seen you tilted. Bro, I was tilted. We were getting unlucky. We were getting genuinely very unlucky. It made me really mad. About to go back-to-back, though, against Suicune. Good way to start the night, for sure. Phantom says, pre-secluded springs, I was talking to my friend about support for water, and I called Inflatable Boat 2 weeks early. That's crazy. That's crazy. Inflatable Boat is actually really, really good. I don't know if it's like that good in Suicune. It's not bad. But if we ever get a deck where it's like really good, then that's going to be definitely very relevant. For sure, right? We love the red there. We would love to draw Rocky Helmet, I think. We get a free attack off of this Giratina, which basically means we win, so. We're rolling. I was a sad lad. Yeah, little boat. Little boat, D-Shook. Shout out to Jody. That's hilarious. Absolutely love that. Yeah, we don't really have like a set stream schedule, honestly. Like, I kind of just go live on random nights. I wish I could lock that down. I just don't really have a great stream schedule system, unfortunately. For now, at least. Maybe we'll have one in the future. Yeah, man, it was rough the only time I've seen. Yeah, let's go. Easy 2-0 against Suicune. I assume that was Suicune. We didn't see it, but that was definitely a Suicune deck. Dude, the luck was so bad. All the more reason for people to join the Discord. Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure, Light Rain. 1000%. The Discord's popping. I love our Discord. I think things are pretty slow right now in general. A lot of people are doing their own thing. They're playing other games, right? They're waiting for just news about Pokemon Pocket. I think next season we're going to see a pretty big jump, and hopefully it's a fun metagame so that we can body. That's right, comment. Absolutely bodied this guy. Our deck is good. So volley in general is just really good. I'm just hoping that we maybe get some news about, like some more news about like B1. You know what I mean? Why not just give us like a double news drop? You know what I mean? I feel like they should do that. That'd be fun. Why not? Why not? Going first, Mantike lead. Okay, we need something to move those energies to, but we'll see. Red card or Mars? I mean, in this deck list, I would say Mars. I don't know the context of that question, but yeah, we're playing Giratina Darkrai. All right, we need to snipe a type null off this Gladion. It's a 2 out of 3 chance. Oh, that's horrible. We bricked. Very unlucky. Going first, leading Mantike, and whiffing the 2 out of 3 chance off the Gladion is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Feels great. Feels phenomenal, I would say. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'm tempted to reinstall Pokemon Go. Should I do it? Dude, for sure. For sure. I think we lose. I think we lose this game off of a hard brick. We definitely lose, actually, because we literally can't do anything. Well, sometimes it goes like that. Insanely unlucky. 12 cards in deck, double Research, double Pokeball, double Type Null, and Giratina. You gotta love that. You gotta love it. Pokemon Pocket at its finest. What's the Mantike for? Well, it's meant to get the energy onto Type Null on your first turn going first, but somehow when you have when you have 0 other cards in your deck or draw none of your other basic Pokemon, you know, it defeats the purpose for sure. But if we had a Type Null there, we would have absolutely steamrolled our opponent because we would have just hit for 100 turn 2 and then KO'd the next turn and then just had to deal with a Darkrai. It would have been easy. But we got very unlucky. 0 Pokeball, 0 Research, both Type Null. We also whiffed one off the Gladion. We had another Gladion in our deck. Yeah, just a very, very unlucky game. Basically, every card in our deck would have led us to another basic Pokemon. But oh well. Suicune, yet again, going second Type Null lead. I think so. I think so. No Silvally, no Gladion in hand is a little bit sketchy, but we do have Sabrina, which is going to be good in the early game. He leads Suicune. Okay. Okay. In general, is it better in a deck list to use Mars or have a drawback of being a supporter versus running red card? It depends on the deck, honestly. In Silvally deck lists, it's definitely better to play Mars than red card, but some decks would rather play red card, I think. It just depends on like what other supporter slots you have in your deck. The Research is great. I'm going to Pokeball first. Another Type Null is good. I'm not going to bench anything yet. I'm not even going to play the Research yet. Actually, yeah, I am. Why not? Yeah, why not? All right, this is a really good hand if we don't get red carded or Marsed with red in hand. Flipping Tails is honestly not that bad if you have red in hand because it makes it so that they oftentimes don't want to play the Irida and waste it. We're going to get red carded anyway, so. That Solo Mantike thing happened to me the other day, made me take it out of the deck. Yeah. Now, one game is definitely not a great justification. And okay, he also has Giant Cape, which doesn't feel great for us, but it's all good. It's all good. We could Sabrina here. It would be an interesting play. The Giratina is what we really... Oh, the Rocky Helmet is so good. That's incredible. It's actually incredible. We can assume he has Irida, but we still go for red here and we don't bench anything. I think. I kind of forget this matchup, I'm not gonna lie. Red into Splashy Toss, that would have been fun. Yeah, if he didn't have Giant Cape there, we would have just instantly won this game, but he got a little lucky. Yeah, we need a gold professor. We need a full art professor's Research is what we really need. That would be sick. So now he can't hit me with Suicune unless he heals. He does get the Greninja off, of course. Of course, they always do. They always have it. Of course. Of course. But now he's forced to Bellow, and then we can just KO the active. You know what I mean? It's like, not bad at all. We'll have a second Silvally with Rocky Helmet. We're chilling unless he has Guzma. We're big chilling unless he has Guzma. Might have been smarter actually not to play the red there, now that I realize it, but it's okay. It's alright. No big deal. He might just attack us anyway. That would be the wrong play on his part. He attaches to Greninja and he bellows again, right? So now we're going to have to face down a Giratina next turn, but not that big of a deal. Second Rocky Helmet is interesting, but now we can bench our Pokemon. Yeah, missed opportunity for sure if we don't get it. Now, do we want to attach to Giratina here is like a great question. He probably has Cyrus and whatnot, right? So that's the sketchy part about benching Giratina here. But it's really not that bad of a thing. But I think it's just where do we want to attach to, right? Without our second red, it's a little bit awkward. We can force the tie by just attaching to type null. It might have been better to attach to Giratina there, but I think it's all good. We could also Broken Space Bellow here, but then if he Iridas, he can KO. So we don't want that. We always just take the KO here. And he's going to go into Greninja, but he can't KO with Greninja, so he has to go into Giratina. And if he does, he takes 40, and then we can just double up on Giratina next turn. You know what I mean? And we're kind of chilling. And if he Cyruses up Giratina, then all we need is whatever, Silvally or Gladion. So we'll see what he does here. We don't have Mars, which is going to make it a little bit tricky, right? If we don't have Silvally this turn, then we can't force the tie. So we probably just lose, depending on what we top deck. He Marses us to 1, which actually isn't that bad for us. We get 2 new cards. Research is fine. Thought about running Guzma? Yeah, I just don't think it's as good as the other cards in our deck, quite frankly. That's my answer to that, quite honestly. Okay. So we need to draw Silvally off of this research here. The Cyrus isn't great. Okay. Let's see. Sabrina's bad. Mars is also bad. Okay, so we probably lost, is the reality of this, because he definitely has Cyrus. We just get a little bit lucky with or unlucky with our draws. But it's all good. It's all good. Yep, GG. Nothing we can do there. No second Silvally, no Mars to him. We got Mars, and he had Cyrus. It's just the nature of the game. Nothing we can do. If we had Silvally, we could have forced the tie. But both Gladion and Silvally still in our deck. Feels bad. Just unlucky. Just unlucky. Yeah, I would like Guzma. To be fair, the only reason we would ever play Guzma is for that Sabrina play there, or for that Suicune play, just in that specific scenario. But most of the time, it doesn't matter. Like, if we just flip heads, it doesn't matter. Like, and also, like, we would need Guzma. We need to have it, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It's definitely not bad in the deck, but I think I would rather just run... I think we're playing Silver and Mars right now, but honestly, I feel like I would rather play 2 Mars. I don't know. Like, we could have also had Silver there and got rid of the Cyrus, right? And just won the game. We have the cards in our deck. It's just about running them. Making, like, rash decisions about changing the cards in your deck by not having them in one scenario just doesn't do it for me, quite honestly. The ends don't justify the means, in my mind. You gotta understand when you're either just getting unfortunate or you're not playing the right cards. And I think we are, for the most part, playing the right cards in this deck, but sometimes you just don't draw them, you know? That's how it goes. I was just about to ask you about Double Mars right when you said that. I was playing Double Mars before Silver, but I think Silver just does the same sort of thing. Yo, thanks for the sub, Leo. It just kind of does the same thing as like Mars does later in the game, but it's actually better in some scenarios. Like there, if we had Mars, we could have just got rid of his Cyrus and then probably been in a good spot, you know, overall. Okay, we have no red in hand. We would like to flip heads here, preferably. Thanks for the follow, Crystal. Still no red. Let's see if we can flip heads once the stream. I think we're like 0 for 3 on the quick blows. Let's go. He probably plays Potion and whatnot or Giant Cape, but at least now we force it, right? Maybe we top deck red. Who knows? Maybe we top deck it. We get red carded. Okay. Double Gladion, double Silvally in our deck. Pokeball, Rocky Helmet, and red. We might brick yet again, fellas. It might happen to us. It might happen to us yet again. We'll see what we top deck. It is Silvally. Thank you, sir. So we get a free attack off on the Giratina, which should be GG unless we just brick off our top decks all game. Now we have to play the red this turn, which is bad, but whatever. Yo, what's up, Jahaley? 64? What's going on, man? First time chatter. What are my hopes for next set? I have no hopes for next set. I have no expectations. I just want the game to be fun. I want them to release a bunch of strong, fun new cards and make the metagame healthy. Or just give us megas early. I'm fine with that as well. I really am. No supporter in hand. No Silvally, 12 cards in deck. The red card did kind of break us, I'm not going to lie. The Guzma's fine. That's why we kept the Rocky Helmet there. That's why we kept that Rocky Helmet in hand. Pro moves. What do we top deck? Mars, okay. LOL. So unless he heals, we actually like force game here, which is fun, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, I don't have any like specific expectations for next set. Honestly, I'm just sort of hoping we get a bunch of fun cards, you know what I mean? I have fun playing the game in general, so all I really want is to just have a good time. That's my only hope. Gladion top deck would be nasty. Is he gonna retreat here? I wonder if he has any potions or anything. Potion or PCL would be tough, but might get lucky. I don't even know if we've seen silver at all so far this stream. It's just, maybe it's not even in our deck. Honestly, I have to check. We might have to check up on that. Yeah, he might retreat here. Oh, okay. GG. Take those dubs all day, every day. Let's go. We love it. We love it. Ooh, inflip heads. You could run Iono in this deck list because it would help you unbrick. Yeah, but I just don't think Iono or Guzma is better than any of the supporter cards we have in the deck. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, I definitely want 2 reds in the deck. You could play 2 Cyrus. Like, if anything, I would play a second Cyrus. And I think at least, 2 Mars or 1 Mars, 1 silver is also needed. I don't know why I don't know why I typed it out. Let's do it. All right. We're doing all right. You want to get on a little streak, though. That's how you climb in Pocket. You get on the streaks. We got to streak it up. Got to get on them streaks. But yeah, I mean, it's so volley, right? We could play Penny. You could play Iono. You could play, yeah, there's the silver. I said that, and we top decked it, right? That's how it goes. And there's a bunch of supporters we could play in the deck. You're going to play 2 Gladion. I think this deck loves the 2 Rocky Helmet, 2 red. That's the core of the deck. And, of course, 2 Research. So, going first, there's the Mantike. Everybody asking me, what is Mantike for? Here you go. Here's what Mantike is for. Do you think Executor is worth using? I think it's totally fine. Yeah, I think it's a very middle-of-the-road deck right now. Probably like a high C tier, probably B tier deck in a lot of ways. Is this Guzzlord? I think it is. This is good, though. We get all of our Pokemon out of our deck, all of our basics. Delete Cyrus from the game, and it will make the game better. I think Cyrus is important, though. The issue is that decks can play Greninja and Cyrus. So that's why it feels exceptionally strong right now, whereas like most of the time, I would say Cyrus is like a totally fine card. It's a very good card, for sure. But I think it's important to have that card in the game. It's just when you have Greninja and like a crazy draw engine in the same deck, it makes Cyrus a little bit too good, I think. Red, Silver, Mars, especially Cyrus, are so good. Yeah, they are. They're really, really good. It's an interesting hand, isn't it? We're not afraid of the Sabrina. I guess we'll just take out the Lusamine. I think that's fine. Nothing else we were really worried about. Do I play Pokeball or Research first? It depends on what I'm looking for. Yeah, so the way the math works is like, if I want more basics, I will play the Research before the Pokeball, but if I want not a specific basic Pokemon, then I'll play Pokeball before Research. It just depends. Cyrus is a little too good? Yeah, but there's a lot of cards that are a little too good. Like I said, I don't think Cyrus is too good. I don't think anybody really complained that heavily about Cyrus until this season, and I think the main reason for that is because of Suicune. You know what I mean? That's just a deck that can utilize Cyrus better than any other deck ever has, honestly. People might have complained about it back in like the Darkrai Greninja days, but yeah. Do I use an emulator? Sorry, to play on PC? Yeah, I use LD Player. I don't know if I would recommend that or if there's a better option. That's just what I use. It works fine for me. Yeah, I'd keep Cyrus, keep Suicune. I'd just remove Greninja. You think it's too strong? Most of the time, it's the winning condition. At least nerf it. I mean, it's only a win condition, but that's why. But there's counterplay too, Cyrus. Like Silver's in the game and Mars. Like those are cards that directly are there to counterplay, you know, support or win conditions in the deck. Like if you're getting Cyrus a lot, just play Silver in your deck, like that, or just Mars them to 1 or whatever. Like that's how you counterplay it. You know what I mean? We have counterplay to it, so you gotta understand that to some degree. I like our hand, by the way. Yo, what's up, Brody? What's going on, man? I wish they would change it just to hit pokes with less than half of their HP remaining. That could be an interesting change, too, for sure. Oh, my God, dude. We got stream sniped, bro. He red-carded me. He stream sniped me. Gladiion's sick. Pokeball's fine. Silver's fine. All right. I mean, sure. You can take that 1 card for me. The double Pokeball. I never get mad about an early Pokeball to thin our deck list. Ever. Never get mad about it. No reason to bench anything yet, because he already played red cards, so... I will play Silver this turn. See, this is interesting, right? I'm going to get rid of that Irida. I don't want him to ever have Irida in the early game. Ever. There was a case to be made for us there to just basically bench Giratina and Bellow, but we got to put the pressure on. I think that's typically better. Don't change Cyrus. I just pulled him today. That's all right. I foresee Suicune and Greninja being partners in crime for a while. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's a deck that's going to withstand the test of time. Okay, so there's the Froakie that he, I guess, just top decked off with the Pokeball. So we know he has Rare Candy Greninja in hand already, which feels great for us, right? Feels phenomenal. The Gladion is fine. So we'll hit this thing. He can retreat. But we're in not a bad spot. We're not in a bad spot here, I don't think. Maybe we are, I don't know. Yo, thanks for the follow, by the way. But yeah, Duretzel, I definitely agree. If you hate Cyrus, just play Gengar. That's right. You can just play Gengar, and you're good. Yeah, so there's their Greninja. He's going to hit us for either 60 or 80 this turn. Probably 60. If he retreats. Okay, so never mind. It's 80 this turn. But will he retreat, I guess, is the question. Probably has to, right? Opens up a Cyrus win condition at some point in the game, but that's fine. No Rocky Helmet is actually really bad, though. But he's not KOing us this turn, which should put us at a very distinct advantage in my mind, but we'll see. Yo, what up, J-Dubs? What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Ooh, the red is nasty work, actually. The red is absolutely nasty work. Bang, hit him for the 120. Am I no trailer today? It was a Japanese holiday today, I believe. It's coming tomorrow, I think is the assumption. If not tomorrow, it'll come Thursday. I heard there was a data leak that suggested Greninja Cosmetics, so maybe Greninja EX is on the horizon. I would not be surprised if that was the case, for sure. I would definitely not be surprised by that. So if he wants to KO my active, he has to stay in, which is really good for us. Which means we KO him back, and then we open up a Cyrus win condition later in the game. Definitely chilling. He keeps the active. It's fine. So we Gladion KO this turn. If we don't bench anything, I'm pretty sure we live the next turn as well, which is relevant, right? I think, because we're at 90, so he can only hit us for 80 next turn. Yeah, thanks for the follow, J-Dubs. Thank you. It's a little bit awkward because we don't have Cyrus. This is where playing 2 copies of Cyrus in the deck, I think, is probably best. But we don't bench anything this turn. Rank 10's on the 27th, I believe, yeah. How can Greninja get any better? Mega Greninja, imagine. Imagine if there was a Greninja EX. That'd be crazy. So we get a free hit on the Suicune, but we don't have any Rocky Helmets. We have double Rocky Helmet in the deck, which is a big reason why if we lose this game, it's just because we don't have either of those. Also, this Giratina has 10 HP. Just feels bad. We're in -5 card advantage. He does get the Froakie down here. Do I think monetization will ever change? I think it has to some degree. I don't know if it'll change, but they should just give more opportunities. We don't mind that Mars. Actually, we do. We do mind the Mars. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. Yeah, we lost again unless we top deck Osiris here. I do want to change the deck. I want double Cyrus. Oh! Whew. The Mars did it for us. The Mars did it. The Mars did it. I'm officially putting 2 Cyrus in the deck. I'm going to change the deck right now, I swear. Let's go. The top deck, let's go. Let's go. Any room for Guzma or Geo in the deck? I'll show you what I really think the optimal deck is right now. I'll show you right now. We're going to make one change that I probably should have done a while ago, but we're going to cut the Sabrina, and we're going to play a second Cyrus. And this, to me, is like the complete optimal deck list. I only have 1 full art Cyrus. This is the optimal deck. You could play 2 Mars instead of the silver, but I actually like silver better. Win condition too strong. Well, it's even stronger now because we're playing 2 of them in the deck, so let's go. Let me just copy this real quick. And I will replace the image. We'll update the old image there. And I think this is completely optimal. There you go. Updated. And yeah, I just think double Cyrus is better. It's just better to have a Cyrus. It's just more. There's more often times where I feel like, what happened Nightbot? What happened? Did somebody get muted? What an interesting hypothesis. Stop spamming emotes. Oh, come on, Nightbot. Come on now. I'm sorry for Nightbot. I apologize. Okay, I don't control the Nightbot. I'm sorry. I don't know how to change that. I'm new to Twitch in general. Sorry for the spam. You feel free to use the emotes. I guess just don't spam. I don't know what to tell you. The Nightbot, a little bit aggressive. I'm playing Giratina Dark right here, but we lead Mantike going first with type null. It's crazy. With red and Gladion in hand, we love it. Do I think deck size will ever get bigger? I hope it doesn't. Honestly, is my honest answer to that. I think 20 card decks are completely fine. Bro, feels like Suicune has a lot of counters. It does, yeah. The entire metagame is counter to Suicune. That's the whole meta. So yeah, I would agree. Honestly. The devs need to save this game? They just need to update the game. I think the game is fun. People are just, honestly, people are dramatic. That's my one opinion about this game. Did we just get into Silvally Gladion red? It's the same, literally the exact same cards that were in our hand. Hello? Is that not the exact same 3 cards that we had before? Am I going crazy? Rocky Helmet comes down. Doesn't actually matter. This Mantike is a little bit of a liability, but it's okay. If I don't have 2 Mars, should I run silver? Yeah. Play at least 1 silver. Can it be replaced with Guzma? Yeah, I mean, you know, you could. Yeah, you could play Guzma. You could play even Giovanni silver for sure, I would say. We don't have Rocky Helmet, so there's no real reason to play red yet. We always hold red. I think we made that mistake earlier, even though we didn't get punished for it. Double Pokeball. One of these is a dead Pokeball. Whatever. Yo, what's up, Hells? What's going on? What's up, CD? I think Flareon goes very well against Suicune. Yeah, the win rates have actually declined a little bit for Flareon into Suicune, but in general, I think that matchup is pretty fine. Our deck list is broken. What else can I tell you guys? I made a video about this deck, even though it was practically rage bait. People just weren't having it. They were like, nah, I don't want to play this deck. I'm like, all right, you don't have to play it. I'm just telling you it's good, you know? It's my job to tell you what decks are good. So, there we go. Your video dropped today was very well done. They implement the changes you spoke on this game will last for a while. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to make the video just because for a while now I've been wanting to give my opinions on a lot of stuff, and I think we're at the end of the season. We're awaiting the new news. Like, there's really not much meta stuff to talk about, so I figured it'd be a good time to make that video. It needs more in-game events. It just needs... There's really only like 2 or 3 things I would really use to overhaul Pokemon Pocket. I would update the crafting pity system. I would completely overhaul that. I would get rid of pack points, and I would just make the game easier to craft cards. I would open up trading as long as it's a 1-for-1 trade for any card in the game. And then I would add that weekly game mode that I talked about in today's video. And there you go. This game's saved. Perfect game. I genuinely believe that. I really do. Y'all Matter Seekers need to like homie stream. Yo, why are people getting deleted? I'm sorry, Nightbot is being really aggressive, guys. I don't know how to stop Nightbot. I don't know the rules of Nightbot. I don't even remember implementing it, but I'm sorry. I apologize. If Nightbot deletes your stuff, don't worry about it. It's really not something to worry about. For Guzzler deck, do I need to add 2 Stella Steel or 1? Yeah, I would say just 1. Yeah, Nightbot's on a tear right now. He's a little bit aggressive. Not really sure why. The red's not useful. The silver's not useful, actually. We're going to get smoked next turn if we don't draw something. Those are not good cards. This is a brick hand, actually. The double Cyrus, red, Mars, and silver is horrible. It's actually horrible. So in our deck, we have double Pokeball, double Gladion, Research, and Giratina, double Savali, and Type Null, and Mantike. Okay. Okay. I bought on a power trip. He really is. Our opponent has every single Pokemon in his deck, though. He doesn't attack me, which is the correct play. Could play the Mars here. I'm just going to play the red. Or sorry, I meant the silver. So if we hit here, he doesn't hit us next turn. Oh, we should have silvered. He has Giovanni in hand. What are we doing? Why do we do that? We know he has Giovanni. Why did I don't know. That's my bad. I misplayed. All right, GG. Sorry. My bad, folks. We know he obviously has Giovanni in hand. That's my bad. I don't know why I didn't play the silver. Doom. My bad. Misplayed. We misplayed. Oh, he doesn't have it. Oh, he doesn't have it. Yeah, I know, Louis. I'm sorry. As a highly competitive player, the game is worse state than it's ever been. Suicune is genuinely not fun to play, and it sucks to play against. We need more diversity for sure, more playable game modes. Yeah, more game modes for sure. I don't think the game's in the worst state it's ever been. I just think it's definitely not in one of the better states it's ever been. And that is further exacerbated, I would say, by, you know, by the fact that we're so late. Like, it's been a year, and people are just in general feeling a little bit tired of the game. That's my answer about it. We're going to KO here and then just double up on Giratina and then win the game. So, cool beans. We just got rid of his only supporter, too, so... I mean, he still KOs us, but yeah, we're just going to double up on Giratina and then it's GG. Unless he has an Oricorio. But whatever. We have Cyrus, so... The good game just needs small improvements? Yeah, for sure. Again, I think things are just very overblown right now in this metagame because it's not a great metagame, but people are just in general tired of the same thing. In your opinion, what set was the worst? I'm curious. The metagame, I think Genetic Apex was probably the worst metagame, followed by Triumphant Light and then Shining Revelry, and then probably this one. It's my honest opinions. Have you seen the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Genesis stuff? I saw it, but I don't know much about it. I actually really like Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just not very knowledgeable about it. Thank you for the sub, yeah? Thank you. So yeah, we double up on Giratina, and then it's just, we just win, right? Anyone? Just me? Okay. But yeah, Yuki, that's my opinion. In terms of the metagame, I don't mean like which set was the worst. I think if you ask what set was the worst, it was probably Mythical Island. It was probably in terms of like the overall quality or power of the cards. But in terms of metagames, that's my list there. The worst metagame of all time was Genetic Apex. And to be fair, it was the first set. So, you know, what are you going to do? Honestly. Are we on a little streak here, guys? Are we on a little bit of a streak? We got very lucky top decking that Cyrus, but we're on a little streak. Our deck's broken. I have not tried the One Piece card game, no. I don't really have time to play physical card games anymore, which is why I play digital card games and why I play Pocket a lot. What are your thoughts on that, Yuki? What are your thoughts on my answer to that question? I assume you disagree by your lack of follow-up comment. It's probably not what you anticipated. Yo, Pal World? Oh, man, I love Pal World. Yo, we're on a little 5 streak here, guys. Easy, let's go. How much points do I need to get top 10,000? I don't know what it'll end up being. Probably around 2,400. It's probably going to be safe. I don't know. That's just a guess. But yeah. But yeah, that's my guess at least. Interesting. I think that was actually one of the best sets, but the first three. Myth was underwhelming, but still fun. I'm surprised you said those. Well, I was talking like the meta games, right? To be fair, the only card that sees play from Genetic Apex right now is Greninja, and the only reason it sees play is because of Space Time Smackdown and Cyrus. So, like, obviously cards and sets just get stronger as time goes on, generally speaking, but I would say the worst metagames of all time, the worst, like, competitive seasons were, you know, to be fair, like, the game probably shouldn't have ranked mode, at the beginning, right? It made sense because, like, the games were just absolutely dreadful for quite some time. Yo, Sassy Pikachu, what's going on? Yo, GG, man. 2300, I'm cooked. Nintendo loves to sue Power World. Yeah, for sure. They love to sue anything that, potentially could benefit them to some degree. I used to be pretty serious with Yu-Gi-Oh!, but that was 15 plus years ago. Yeah, but the game has changed a lot. In early Silvally format, Giovanni was a killer attack over Red. Big fan. Yeah, definitely. Giovanni's just better in Silvally in the mirror matchup, I think, is really what that comes down to. We would love a silver if we could draw into one. He takes a little bit of damage here. We don't bench anything yet. No reason to. I will just play the Gladion, though. No silver, no Mars. I know he's got Buzzwole and Lucamine in hand. We need the Pika hat. I know we're not playing Pikachu, but if we were, we would definitely have it. Genetic Apex Dragonite still gets a little bit of play. And support cards from GA also get play. That's true. That's a good point. We didn't have ranked, but I think it would have been fun. Personally, I love triangle formats, but I know not everybody does. I wouldn't really even call that a triangle format back in the day. Like, 25% of the meta share was Mewtwo. I guess, yeah, 25% was also Pikachu, but if we're being honest, I would say... If we're being honest, I would say like that format ended up being almost entirely just about it ended up being basically like if people remember at the end of Genetic Apex, it was literally all about high roll Charizard. That was genuinely the game. That was all it was. It was just high roll Charizard decks. People don't remember it like that, but that's what defined that current metagame. It ended up just being people playing Charizard to tournaments, and then someone would get lucky with Charizard, and then no one else would have a chance to win. That's what that's what Genetic Apex ended at, honestly, which is pretty funny. But yeah, we need a ban system in ranked for fresh plus more variety. It's tough when you ban decks because certain people like playing those cards. You know what I mean? So it's like you're just like leaving people out. It's really hard to do like a real ban list. If he Lucamines to the Celesteela, he's absolutely cooked right now. Especially if he flips Tails. Mewtwo, I don't miss that meta. Mewtwo was also a high roll deck, people forget. The only real deck in the game, Articuno was also a high roll deck with Misty. Really the only real deck in that meta game was Pikachu. And even that usually just relied on Zapdos to flip coins. It was horrible. People don't remember it because they were fond of it and it was fun and it was new, but like it was genuinely bad. It was not good. My favorite decks were Starmie and Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff also a coin flip deck. Oh. Rest in peace to this guy, huh? Rest in peace to this man. Articuno 18 trainer, dude, it was a real thing. That's a real... I mean, trust me, dude. It was bad back then. I mean, it was fun because it was new, but it was not good. How'd you create this Geary Volley deck? Were you inspired by some other deck? This deck's been around for a long time. It's been around for, I don't even know, for a long time. I just saw somebody playing it at a tournament, and I thought to myself, yeah, that's actually very smart to be playing right now. Maddie, last video was spot on, brother. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, and I love your content. Seems I can't unstick from Ultra Ball 1, playing Guzzlord, Celesteela, full support, or Suicune, but I find it boring. Play this deck. I really like this deck. The way I look at it is like ranked battles to me, like even if it is a little bit boring, like I don't mind, you know what I mean? It's more of a therapeutic thing than anything, you know? Playing this deck is fun because there's like a couple decisions that you make, but like it's a pretty simple deck to play. and it's very well positioned. You know what I mean? It's just not a popular deck. I don't really know. Honestly, I don't know what people are looking for. I wish I did. I really do wish I knew what people were looking for. I just think people want even playing fields, right? Your last video was very good. I appreciate that, Crystal. Thank you, man. I just don't know what people are looking for because I thought ED Crisis was perfect, and I thought Buzzwole was an incredible deck, and it was super fun, and everybody hated it, and I was like, all right. And then A3 comes out. When A3 came out, it was all rare candy, high roll, Charizard, Solgaleo decks, and I was like, this sucks, and everybody loved it. So I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what people are looking for. I'm not gonna lie. Articuno 18 Trainer, Darkrai, Dredagon, Magnezone, Celebi, some people don't know how bad it was. Yeah, man. Do you guys remember Dialga and Arceus being the only deck to ever play? If we had ranked battles that season, but also, like, the first ranked season was Shining Rivalry, and people also maybe don't remember that it was 95% Giratina, Darkrai. That was the game. That was the game. And you either played that or you played Gyarados. And Gyarados, it was the most brain-dead deck ever. You just either, like, you either just drew the cards or you didn't, you know what I mean? Where the Mantike lead has not been good for us here. I don't understand how this keeps happening, but this is absolutely horrible. The win streak has died. Our only losses really have been to this Mantike lead and just whiffing all over the other basics and Pokeball. I'm not sure how that's possible, but yeah. If he whiffs here, okay, yo, there's actually a funny chance that we can still win, which is hilarious. Because he takes the Rocky Helmet damage. I love that, actually. Dialga Licky Licky, that was fun. The Candy Meta was bad. The two sets before, after, weren't very good. I thought, I mean, I don't know. Like, ever since Oricorio came into the metagame, I thought it was fine. I really think Oricorio saved the meta. Rare Candy's fine, but you added Draw Engine to that. Was it though? Like, it just made the decks go maybe a little bit longer. Like, they were less consistent, but it was still the same stuff. You know, it was all still. We got Sabrina. It feels bad. Feels not good. Probably gonna lose this one, folks. If you didn't have Sabrina there, we would have been cooking. But oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. A little bit lucky? ED Crisis was by far the best ranked season. See, I really liked ED Crisis, honestly. I really did. People complain about Ori, but it's extremely healthy for the game. Dude, Ori was... literally, the metagames were horrible until we had Oricorio, and that's just how I feel. We have to play the supporter this turn, which isn't great, but... we have no Rocky Helmet on the active, which isn't great. So we'll KO here. We'll Mars him. Maybe we get lucky on the Mars. Ori was a necessary evil. It was, man. The reason why this format stinks, at least my explanation as to why this format felt bad for a while, was because Oricorio wasn't a factor. You know what I mean? Because of Greninja and stuff. Like, Oricorio just was actually bad, and it wasn't a counterplay to Suicune, and I think people got ticked off about that. I started at Space Time Smackdown. It was a pretty boring meta. I mean, compared to the two before it, I actually don't think it was that bad. Because we had tool cards. Red came later. Came the next set in Triumphant Light. Triumphant Light was worse. Shining Revelry was also worse, actually. I didn't mind Space Time Smackdown. I think people exaggerated a little bit, but no supporter, please. Please. But we still win this game, though, right? Do we? I don't know if we do or not. Do we just go into... yeah, well, we go into Mantike and then hope maybe he doesn't just have a way to Sabrina us again and then force him to attack and then it's like GG, right? Because what does he do after this? You know, if he doesn't have a second Sabrina, he's cooked. Silver better than Sabrina in this deck list? I think 2 Cyrus is better than 1 Cyrus, 1 Sabrina in the deck. I think the core of the deck is double Cyrus, double Red, double Gladion, double Research, double Mars. I've just swapped one of the Mars for Silver. That's sort of my opinions. Imagine if he Guzman's us. Yo, he passes. That's crazy, dude. It's actually wild. So what is he waiting for, though? That's what I don't understand. Dialga Yanmega EX was fun too. We could have just gone into Silvally and attacked that turn, but we actually couldn't have because we couldn't have done 100. So we're just going to do this and then double up on Giratina and then we win. Ooh, the Rocky Helmet. Oh, wow. He goes into Zera and he Rocky Helmets. That's crazy. That's actually probably a winning play on his part. If he has... Because we go down to 110, so he'll need... yeah, it's a very interesting play, actually. Very interesting play. See if we top deck a Mars or a... Well, I guess Silver's our only card in hand that we could use. Red doesn't help us. Do we pass too, I wonder? That's the other thing I'm curious about. If we hit here, like, he probably has the card he needs, right? We could retreat into Silvally and then pass again. Maybe draw... See, but we don't have Sabrina in the deck. So we would just be waiting for Silver. And I don't know if I really like that. Do we just roll the dice here? I think we do, right? We lose, we lose. Like, you know, we just... The last 2 turns, we literally could... Like, we didn't make any wrong plays here. It just came down to, you know, that happening. So if he has Giovanni or whatever, we lose. Dialga Yanmega EX was fun. It was, actually, yeah. Honestly. Giovanni wins him the game with Silvally? Yeah, I mean, there's no way to play around that, unfortunately, for us, so... You know. GG. Well, now he wins with, okay, here's the question, though. Do we go for the tie here? We are on a win streak, right? I think we'd rather just try to go for the win and hope he doesn't have Cyrus. Am I crazy about that? Or because, like, if we tie, the win streak's over. So I think we just go into Silvally and then hope he doesn't have the win. Right? He's got 6 cards in deck. Tying does nothing for us here. I would rather give us the chance to continue the streak than force the tie and then run out of our win streak. We always go for the win here. We always go for the win. This is where people are like, oh, you could play Giovanni instead of Red, but like, nah, like we'd rather play Red and have a way better matchup in a Suicune. So we're going for the win. If he's got Sabrina, if he's got Cyrus, we lose. So it is what it is. Yeah, Leaf Yanmega was sick. Run Water Energy so you can heal with Erica and Zanirida. Yeah. Should have retreated the last turn? Why? Why should I have retreated it last turn? For what reason? We went for the win. He had Cyrus. Listen, we had Silver still in our deck. We had 4 cards in deck. We had Silver. If we drew Silver, we could have got rid of it. That's why we played in the deck. We just didn't have it. I would rather lose than tie because we're on a win streak. So the win streak is gone either way. At least his win streak doesn't get ended, you know, that way. Lose points or lose the streak? I don't care about losing points. The 10 points we lose isn't a big deal. What do you think the best pivot, Lyra or Leaf? In general, Leaf is just better unless your Pokemon has a higher retreat cost than 2. That's the only reason to play Lyra, is if your Pokemon has a high retreat cost, which typically high retreat cost Pokemon have a lot of HP, right? So that's why Lyra exists. Luia, what do you mean? You should have retreated last turn. Why would I? What would that have achieved? I couldn't have actually attacked with Silvally because we didn't have a playable supporter. So I don't think we made the wrong play there. We just unfortunately didn't draw our counterplay to Cyrus, and we lost to Cyrus. Could have forced the tie there, which I would have done if we weren't on a win streak. But you can chat catching people off guard with Leafeon and Leafeon EX. Don't see them in ranked. It's pretty cool. We like this Oricorio that we're facing right now, though, and going second. It's not bad for us. Not bad at all. We do have to keep in mind we no longer have Sabrina. We just have double turn 1 red cards. You gotta love it. Shout out to Pokemon Pocket. This is the stuff that I think people definitely don't love about the game, and I understand it. Ooh, it's Arceus. A little bit afraid now with given our hand here, but Rocky Helmets, Reds, those are all things that help us here in the old matchup. 50-50 on the type null. We always play Gladion this turn. Let's go. We love that. Love that for the squad. The Rocky Helmets really haven't made much of an appearance today. Just Lyrid from Dragonite EX to Baby to Smoke Gyarados EX, as you said that. Let's go. Let's go, L. So I wonder if he might just attach to Arceus here. And I guess he's hoping that we won't KO him next turn, but we will. Which is going to put him in an awkward spot. He repels us. Alright. That's fine. The old repel. We've made this misplay a number of times in the past. It's typically better to not bench that Pokemon. We knew we probably shouldn't have done this, to be 100% honest here. If we get Giovanni, that's going to feel really bad too, but... Hey. What can you do? What can you do? Alright. If we lose this game, it's because we got repelled turn 1 and we benched for no reason. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. But we do have Rocky Helmet now. He does. They did. He's got it all. He's got it everything. He has it all. He's got it all. What can we say? What can we really say about that about that game? Sometimes it goes like that. We did it to ourselves technically, but you know, what are the odds? We did it to ourselves. This is going to be Giratina, and then we're just going to double up and then GG, right? Oh, it's just a real big slap to the face this game is, huh? Just a real big slap to the old face. It's a tough world out there. And we flipped tails. The game is punishing us. The early hand disruption is what caused me not to play as much. I can never actually play my hand or make any combos when my hand changes every game. Yeah, but that's counterplay, right? I think it's important to have, you know, the opportunity to disrupt your opponent's hand, or else, you know, there's no player-to-player interaction, right? If you're playing a combo deck, like how do you counter play Suicune or any of those decks, right? Unless, yeah, get me out of here. Ugh. We threw that game, honestly. Our opponent got so lucky that game. That's crazy. We did throw by benching, but yeah, our opponent got very lucky. Very, very lucky. Is what it is. It is what it is. The old famous saying here on the channel. All right, back into it. We got to hop back on the win streaks. Yeah, I mean, the early disruption feels silly, right? But to be honest, like, you know, most of the time you're not getting red carded turn 1 or whatever. It just doesn't happen that much. But if you're playing Suicune and, you know, and Sylveon exists and Suicune exists, like the main way to counterplay that is hand disruption, right? The format would feel way worse if you couldn't do that, I think. Turn 1 red feels kind of broken. I mean, most of the time it doesn't do anything. So, like in that game, it didn't actually do anything for us or for our opponent, but I know what you're saying for sure. Going first Giratina lead into Giratina Darkrai. Oh, never mind. Into Turbo Arceus, I guess. It's not that bad. The Mars I actually don't mind. So we can work around him having like red or something in his hand. Yo, thanks for the sub, Benjamin. I think rotation format would be good for Pocket. Or card points from formats would be better. Or a card points format. I don't know what you mean by that. Wingless chicken. Can you elaborate? I bench my second type null all the time and start of the game. I need to stop making that kind of misplay. I mean, the odds of that happening are slim, but never zero. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the reality of it. It's like sometimes you get got, you know? That's just life. Unfortunately. Our hand is very bricky. So we're just going to bellow again. The definition of RNG. Hate to see it. Hey, you take the wins with the losses, you know what I mean? All right. Just like that. Just like that. You know, it happened again to us. Oh, man. It's tough. It's tough. We could have Marsed him, but why? We had 2 cards in hand. I think he top decked the red, actually. You have a point budget for a deck? That could be interesting. Could definitely have been interesting there. Man, these Arceus players, do they have every card they ever need? They have every card they ever need. You know, at least we didn't misplay that game. At least we lost to our opponent just having all the cards he needed to win, and us not having an additional basic Pokemon. Have I ever played Gwent? An amazing app. The devs are incredible. I've played Gwent in The Witcher 3 in my time of playing hundreds of hours of Witcher 3, but I haven't actually played the Gwent game itself. But I loved Gwent in the game, and I love The Witcher 3. So, thinking about it, is it better than to just blindly cards at least? Yeah. Yeah, you got to do you got to do what what you can with the information that you have, right? Like, you can't really be upset or happy about anything that goes on in the game. Like sometimes you lose out of your own volition. It is what it is. Playing Sovali A4a again, which I actually like our matchup against, but that game was incredible. Oh, Gwent, you mean? Yeah, Gwent's sweet. And The Witcher 3 was incredible. Babies really changed the game. Yeah, dude, people thought the baby Pokemon were bad, and I remember those people distinctly. And I disagreed with them. The baby Pokemon did the same thing that Rare Candy did, was just make, like, RNG decks more, like, explosive and just better. Do not splashy toss, please. My gosh. Play any Cyberpunk? I love The Witcher 3. I never actually played Cyberpunk. I think when the game came out, I was just in a spot in my life where, like, I just didn't have the opportunity to really, like, sit down and play the game. But I really want to. I'm even busier now in my life, so maybe I never will. But we're going to get red carded again here. Bye-bye, Silvally. Ooh, red. Ooh, Rocky Helmet. Ooh, Silvally. Okay, that's fine. I'm about to freak out of the red card. Cyberpunk DLC blew the original game out of the water. Dude, it was kind of the same with The Witcher 3. If you remember, the DLC to The Witcher 3 was perhaps the most incredible gaming experience I've ever had. It genuinely was. It was so good. It was so good. Like, crazy good. We're about to do it to him. We're about to do it to him. Let's go. We polished it to perfect him. That's sweet. His hand is kind of crazy, but I think we... Gladion. Take away Gladion. So we just KO him next turn. Blood and Wine was amazing, dude. Blood and Wine. Even, what is it, Sword and Stone? Both of them were so good. Blood and Wine was so good. The conclusion of that story was unreal. I think to this day, The Witcher 3 is probably the best game I've ever played. If you adjust for, like, inflation, right? At the time, that game came out in 2015. You guys need to realize The Witcher 3 came out in 2015. That's how insane of a game that was. He does Guzma us, but we have red in hand. We're just going to KO. I don't see us losing this game, quite honestly. Maybe we do. Theoretically, it's possible. He does flip heads. Yeah, amazing DLC, dude. The Witcher 3 was so good. Unreal. Just a crazy game. Just a crazy game. I love Rocky helmeting right after they remove it. It's my favorite thing about the game. That matchup feels very free. And to be fair, it is, right? Our deck is just built to beat that deck, but it still holds up today. Of course it does, man. I mean, graphics haven't come that far, but let's go. Everybody in the chat is loving The Witcher 3, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's got to be one of my top favorite video games of all time. There's not, I mean, it's a short list. I mean, I love video games. Like, there's a lot of games that I like, but I mean, The Witcher 3 would have to be up there. Like, genuinely up there. Even like the newer Zelda games, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom was incredible. It didn't get the recognition it deserved because of it was a sequel, but I think Tears of the Kingdom on a handheld console was it was crazy. It was absolutely unreal. Been addicted to Night Rain since it came out too, dude, for sure. Yeah, what's up, Joe? I appreciate that, man. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Witcher 3 is the best video game of all time. It very well could be, you know. It very well could be considered as such, and I would not. I would have a hard time disagreeing. Have you seen the trailer for Blood of the Dawnwalker? I have not. Made by the same devs. So CD Projekt Red made the game. Bro, we just got literally donked by the Giovanni Tyrone. I don't know if that's ever happened to me. That's crazy. Love that. We love that for us. Dude, shout out to Pokemon Pocket, dude. What an incredible experience. We didn't even have another basic Pokemon to play. That was our only basic Pokemon in hand. I can honestly say I've never seen that before. I've never seen that happen. What's up, Darcy? Black Flag? I heard Black Flag was good too. Red Dead 2. People loved Red Dead 2. Tears of the Kingdom, Witcher 3, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Baldur's Gate was another really good game, for sure. There's a few of them in there, you know what I mean? Some people were on the God of War train. I mean, I liked God of War. I didn't really ever play them, but maybe they were in that league as well. Maddie, I've never played the Witcher series, but is Witcher 3 the ending of it? I mean, at the moment, it's the last game in the series until Witcher 4 comes out, which I think is confirmed. The other day, a Palkia got 5 heads on Misty and hit for 150 turn 1. That's Pokemon. That's the Pokemon Pocket we need. I did not see the trailer for the new Kojima game. I saw a clip of like the graphics, or somebody talked about the graphics, and it definitely looked good, but I don't think I've actually seen anything about it quite yet. We have red in hand, so we can actually guarantee KO on the Suicune, which is good. That's a Silvally and not a type null, so that's fine. But he's also just gonna bellow, right? So we need to build up a type null on our bench. Stardew Valley is also a great game. I loved Stardew Valley. I don't think I ever fully played through it, but I love games like that. I don't mind the red card, although get rid of red. I would like our red back, thank you. Silvally and Research Prime, that's fine. That is a-okay with me. So we're going to KO next turn, Bellow, and then we'll hopefully draw into a type null, bench it that turn, and then have Revenge KO red on the Giratina. Like, so things are kind of spelled out properly for us here. I'm going to play the Research. Okay. We can actually bench this turn. It doesn't matter. Well, he could go Rare Candy Greninja. Like, that's the question, right? So, like, if we bench this turn, we're not getting KO'd. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that would matter is if he goes basic Pokemon, Rare Candy Greninja Cyrus, and then he can KO the type null. But would he ever do that? You know what I mean? I just don't think it really makes sense to bench here, but he did just red card us. Super Mario Galaxy's up there. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are probably also some of the best games ever made. How are the matchups for this deck? I think every matchup's winnable for sure. I think this deck is probably one of the more well-positioned decks in the game. Ever played Arc? I don't know if I ever played Arc. I am going to bench here. But he plays Repel. A lot of these decks play Repel. So I'm just not going to. He already played red card, so I'm going to just roll the dice on that one. We'll just KO Suicune next turn and then bench, attach. But then we don't have a second red, right? So that's a little bit suspect, I guess. But if he doesn't bellow here, then he can't attack us, right? So that's an important thing to understand. And if he does attack us, then we don't need red, right? So I think we've got him in a pretty good spot. Raft. Raft is cool, too. I've watched a lot of videos on Raft. Elden Ring is a big one. Yeah, Elden Ring is probably the most recent example of, like, a real game that everybody loved. Does he hit here? Does he bellow? That's a good question. Curious. If he hits, he loses. Yo, Skyrim. Skyrim is also a great one, Yuki. Yo, shout out to Skyrim, dude. Skyrim's also one of the best games ever. There is a lot of games. There's probably about 15 or 20 top games, honestly. Mario Galaxy is up there for me as well. He's going to hit. No, he's not. Treats. What? What is going on? I love it when people just actively throw games. We also top deck the second red as well. The cool thing about our deck is like a lot of people don't really know what's going on when they play this deck. You know what I mean? They're not super... Oblivion? Yeah, Oblivion was good, but it wasn't Skyrim, though. My favorite console of all time is the GameCube, dude. Zero question there. It's the GameCube, Alejandro. By the way, shout out to Alejandro. How you doing? Oh, yeah, our opponent just threw there. He thought too hard about it. He should have just stayed in and bellowed. And then hoped I didn't have red. Him retreating just... It doesn't make any sense. Like, just... You know, there's no reason to retreat there. If you're gonna just not attack, right? Retreating doesn't do anything because you get KO'd by red anyway. Sabrina's fine. Sabrina's fine. Yeah, the new Hollow Knight is sweet. It's very good. Silk Song is very, very good. Big shout out to Silk Song. I've actually been playing it in my free time a little bit, just a little bit. So we do actually just get KO'd next turn. And we don't have a Cyrus, so it's a little bit of an awkward game here. We can just hit. He's hoping that we don't have Silvally, but we do, right? And we can actually red him as well. The type null is big. So the play here is we do bench the type null. We attach active. We Silvally active. And then I think we just Gladion this turn. And I think we have him kind of locked down. We could go into Giratina and hit this turn, but there's no reason to let him KO anything. So he can KO the active, but then he gets KO'd by Greninja. Or sorry, Giratina next turn. We have 2 Cyrus in our 7-card deck as well. I think we're in a good spot. GameCube is unmatched. Bro, the GameCube? Unreal. I mean, I think the best console of all time is probably the PlayStation 2 or the Switch. But the GameCube. The GameCube, guys? Come on. The GameCube? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, this is a good play from him, actually. Well, it's not if he KOs. So if he doesn't attack me, then he's cooking, actually, but we'll see if he does that. Obviously, if he KOs, he loses. I am 100% flipping red here and flipping a coin. And we're going for the win this turn if he doesn't KO me. Yeah, let's go. All right, guys. Prayer hands in the chat. Come on. If we hit this heads here, you guys have to sub. You have to. It's, you have to. All right. Here we go. Prayer hands. Let's go, guys. Come on. What's up, Mason? What's going on? Oh, wait. We're stupid. My bad. We have game. We were not doing that. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I wanted to, but we have game, and I'm not doing that to myself. I'm sorry. I forgot we just had it and get on your hand. Do you play all the Pokemon games? I've played every single Pokemon game ever made, probably multiple times as well. I can't remember a single Pokemon game that I didn't play more than once. And by that I mean, I'm not counting like, you know, have you played Sapphire and Ruby twice, which I have, but you know what I mean. I've played every Pokemon game. Sorry, I thought we had to flip the heads there for game. I didn't know. I didn't realize we had it. I got baited. I baited you guys. I'm sorry. What's up, Owen? The unintentional BM. Sorry, dude. Sometimes I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm not perfect. Okay, sometimes I don't see what's happening in front of my eyes. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Now, we would have flipped heads anyway. Coliseum, I've played Snap, I've played Coliseum, I've played Stadium, I've played every game. I've played Pokemon Dash, I've played all of the Pokemon Rangers, I've played all of the Mystery Dungeons, I've played literally every Pokemon game. Maybe not, actually. I don't think I've played Pokemon Sleep, if that counts. There's probably a couple that I haven't played. I've been playing Pokemon since the beginning of time, honestly. Since the very beginning of time. The Wii was the best console ever simply because you could play GameCube games on it. Boom, there you go. But could you play Game Boy Advance games on it? Does anyone know? Because you could play Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube. Can you do that for Wii? You might actually have been able to on the Wii. Can I trade my TCG Pocket cards in your Discord? For sure, Joe. Hop right in there. Hop right in. If you want to trade with me directly, then you got to be a member for that. That's an exclusive member priority. Pokemon Conquest? I love Pokemon Conquest, bro. On the DS, one of my favorite games. Pokemon Rumble? An incredible game. Yeah, the OSTs were fire, dude. They were. You're gonna try to trip me up here? I played Conquest a lot, actually. I've definitely played it more than once. I played it once back in the day, and then I played it again in more recent times. What's a Pokemon game I haven't played? That's a fun thing to kind of figure out, because there's not gonna be that many. You might stump me on something though. Rumble Blast was a lot of fun, dude. Was that the 3DS Rumble game? The second one, I believe, the sequel, was fun. It was a great game. It was. Pikachu. Okay, so this is the Oricorio Zero Aura Pikachu deck, which I'm a little bit afraid of. I don't have Guzma, so we need to set up something to kill this Pikachu, which we do have red and Silvali's and stuff, right? So. Pokeball, Giratina. Fine. A-okay. Am I planning on running more tournaments? Yes, I actually already have a tournament posted, which you guys don't know about. But I have a tournament posted that I'm going to announce a little bit later. Pokemon Unite, dude. Bro, I played so much Pokemon Unite. I love Pokemon Unite. I wish the game was better. It's just not, unfortunately. So yeah, we evolve, don't attack here, and then we can Bella with Giratina. Pro plays. Detective Pikachu games, those do count. I played, actually, I don't think I played the newer one. I definitely played one Detective Pikachu game, but I don't, I think there's a new one that I never played. So that would be one, sure. FAV? I don't know what that means. Fav? Favorite Pokemon, Max? Probably Seismitoad from Black and White, Unova. Water ground type. My brother had a jailbroken Wii that had ROMs of every single Nintendo game and could play assorted media files. That's sweet. That's awesome. Things are going pretty good for us, actually. That's a great question. Detective Pikachu is super fun. That's a hilarious thing to say. We silver in here in case he has... just to see what his hand is to see if we get KO next turn. Cyrus... Just get rid of the PCL. Not that it matters. So he can't KO me next turn, which is really good. We actually just benched the Mantike. Greedent in Pokemon Unite is unbelievably fast. Dude, Greedent, when Greedent was released in Pokemon Unite, because I was playing at that time, hilarious. My favorite starter trio is probably Generation 3's starters, I would say. I would say, to be fair, the starter Pokemon is actually maybe the lowest point of Unova, of Black and White. I think everything about that game is perfect, but the starter Pokemon are all a little bit like, yeah, they're all a little bit like, yeah, you know, I like them. They're just not, you know, either Gen 1 or Gen 3, those are the best starters. Hope Latios EX is next up on... Dude, that's what they do need to do, huh? They need to give us a Latios EX. Yo, thanks for the follow, Rygar. Thank you, thank you. Don't forget, guys, channel memberships are now a thing, right? So for $5, you can sub on Twitch, or you can be a channel member on YouTube. You get access to, you know, the special Discord role, special Discord channels, and also we're going to be doing an exclusive, keep in mind, an exclusive members-only live stream, probably once a week, probably this weekend. So it allows you guys to interact with me more directly. It also allows you to support me directly, which I would definitely appreciate it. So yeah, channel memberships now activated. My favorite Ultra Beast is probably Necrozma, if that counts. It should, right? All right, he's setting up the old Pikachu. We don't have red in hand, which means we bellow. We bellow and we just laugh at him, I think. That could be the wrong play. I haven't really been paying attention, but yeah. Do you know every Pokemon from Heart? Memory gets Cloud after Gen 5? Yeah, after Gen... by Heart? No way, dude. There's a lot of really... If you were to show me a picture of a Pokemon, I could name it. But like off the top of my head, I would not be able to name like every Pokemon. There's just so many obscure Pokemon from even like the early generations that most people would forget. But I definitely know a lot of them. Thanks for the follow, Bradley. He silvers us for the second time in a row, which you gotta love. As if we're not just gonna top deck a supporter card. Our whole entire deck is supporter cards, so I don't really know what he's thinking here. Okay, it just happens to be. All right, that's fair. I guess he just happens to. We just happened to top deck our second Cyrus when every other card in our deck would have allowed us to KO there. It's a bit crazy. Favorite electric mouse? Probably Pichu. I like Pichu a lot. Pichu doesn't get enough love, you know? Pikachu's everywhere, but Pichu does not get enough love. Ultra Necrozma? Just normal Necrozma. I like normal Necrozma. I think he's cool. You stopped at Gen 4? You missed the best games. I remember shiny hunting when it was a real grind. Yeah, I actually did like shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet, but the best game for shiny hunting is actually Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Those who know, like, you know what I mean? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Definitely the best games for shiny hunting. My favorite Pokemon game? Do you mean my main series game? That would be probably Emerald or Black and White. My favorite Pokemon game of all time, out of any Pokemon game, is Pokemon Snap, the original Pokemon Snap on N64. Potentially the best game ever made, I'll say it, quite frankly. I think Pokemon Snap it's perfect in every way. Every way. The perfect game. Yo, chain hunting, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. He knows what I'm talking about. Dude, it was so good. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were the most underrated games of all time. Probably, in my honest recommendation, would be my number one recommended way to play Generation 1. People are going to think I'm crazy, but yeah. Favorite Paradoxmon? Jeez. Probably the Suicune one. So what is that, Walking Wake? Although the Raikou one, what is this? Something Thunder? What is it called? Stomping Thunder? I forget what it's called. Also a really, really good one. But yeah, Walking Wake is so cool. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I have to hold the Mars, which is unfortunate, but we'll do it anyway. Peak Pokemon graphics? That's true. They were probably some of the best looking games in terms of like, you know, cleanness. I like the Jigglypuff one. What does that mean? Oh, yeah, the Jigglypuff Paradox. Screamtail. Raging Bolt? Yeah, Raging Bolt is cool. It is cool. I'm not going to lie. Raging Bolt's really cool. Walking Wake, though, is the man. The worst one is Iron Treads, though. That is the worst Paradox Pokemon. You can't prove me wrong. That thing is an abomination. It does not deserve to be in any game ever. Do I even want to know what Paradoxmon is? I mean, it's basically like either robot Pokemon or dinosaur Pokemon. That's the gist of it. We're KOing that Magneton pronto. This guy has no idea. All right. I mean, it's fair, but a little annoying, right? Totally valid play from him, but very annoying. I'd much prefer Let's Go 2.5D over the new 3D games. Yeah. I just think the hardware at the time was definitely more built for it, right? That's for sure. We should have benched the Mantike, guys. Why did we not bench the Mantike? We misplayed. We've fallen to Repel twice this stream. I just keep forgetting that card exists. I want Gen 5 Mythicals next set. Dude, Gen 5 would be such a sick set if we had it, dude. It'd be so good. I know it won't happen, but I just want more Gen 5 in general. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear on that one. I hear you loud and clear. No Rocky Helmet, no red in hand. Does scare me. It does scare me. We might have to pop off with the Mars here. Yeah, we don't have Rocky Helmet. We gotta hope he doesn't have a way to retreat. So we'll just bellow. We're gonna get cooked by that Repel if we don't have Rocky Helmet. So is what it is. You love the design for the Galley Gardevoir one? Yeah. That one is sweet. Was it Iron Galliant or something? Valiant? I forget. He's going to go into Magnezone here? That's fine. We'll just KO. We'll just KO. Rocky Helmet top deck would be super sick if we could get it. Unfortunately. We're going to lose this game to that Repel and us not having Rocky Helmet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're absolutely tossed this game. We got rolled so hard. It's a little bit depressing, actually. A little bit depressing. A little bit depressing. That's all right, though, right? It is what it is. We got owned by the Repel yet again. We need to just be better about that. We need to stop losing ourselves to Repel. Just feels bad. In basically every way. We're going to get Cyrused anyway, too, so whatever. We literally just let our opponent set up Magnezone and Giratina for 3 turns and we didn't do anything. Is Pocket my favorite card Pokemon game? Yeah, I think so. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. My opponent BMing by not Cyrusing last turn. Yo, what's up, Lily? What's going on? What's up? We lose this game regardless. There's literally no winning. I think leaks are tomorrow or the day after. Not leaks, but the announcement for the set will come tomorrow for sure. Don't attack. We lose the game anyway. Magnezone just KOs, and then he's got Giratina on the back line. We lost to Repel early. TCG on PC is different. Oh, you mean like the official card game? I like them both. I mean, I play Pocket just because it's easier to play, and it's purely digital. I think if if you want to play the physical card game, that's definitely fine. But I just don't have time or whatever to play the game physically. And TCG Live is fun too, but I just think the games go a little bit long. It's just not something that I like as much. Also, like the content creation community is a little bit less big. It's a little bit more niche. You put me on top of Repel to win win condition. I thought it was useless at first. Dude, Repel is so good in early game. I've lost to it twice already this stream. Just because... What are we playing? Psychic? Could be the mirror matchup. I'm going to lead Mantike anyway. It is Espeon. Okay. That's fine. We don't mind the Espeon stuff. My unfiltered thoughts on the current metagame? I think it definitely could be improved a little bit. I just think that Greninja Cyrus is a little bit annoying. It's not that fun. But overall, I wouldn't say it's that bad. Like, it's definitely not the worst metagame ever, like people are saying. But I think it definitely could be improved upon in various different ways. And I think that, you know, Suicune's fine. It's actually a really well-designed card, one of my favorite cards. But it's just not something that I think personally is... it's just the Greninja Cyrus stuff. The deck just has too many options, and it's really hard to play around. I say it's hard. It's harder to play around than other decks have been before in Pokemon Pocket. So, this is what Sylveon Magnezone. That's fine. If we see a Magnezone here, we just double up on. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We're just gonna double up on. Well, he can't retreat and attack next turn, right? So, yeah, we just double up on. Oh no, he can. Ooh, the Guzma. Okay, we're going to get rolled by Magnezone again because these people just are super lucky, which is fine. We can Silver KO the active, see what he's got in hand, but if not, we're just going to go ahead and double up. Okay, so he's got Magnezone and Sylveon in his hand next turn, which is horrific for us. Also him... Yeah, this is just really bad. I think, just really bad. But the information is useful. Our opponent has an absolutely cracked hand. But yeah, we're just going to double up on Giratina. The fact that he had Guzma really throws us for a loop here. He's extremely lucky to have Sylveon, Research, Magneton, Magnezone, and then Guzma in the starting hand. It's kind of crazy, actually. Kind of cringe as well, I will say. A little bit cringe. We're kind of smoked now without a second Silvally. We get repelled. Dude, the repels, bro. I'm telling you, the repels are a little bit crazy. I think we lose to Guzma here because Magnezone just has 140 and we can't KO it. We just can't. We literally can't do anything to it. Do cards ever change? What do you mean by that? When's the next Mad Dog Matty Pokemon tournament? It's coming up probably the second week of October. I think the 11th is what we have it slotted for. Yeah, we get soloed by this Magnezone, unfortunately, just because he Guzman away a Rocky Helmet. Who would have thought? The turn 3 Magnezone off the, you know, off the classic Guzma play early on. You love to see it. Like card decks can do balance patches. Now they never will. They're never gonna change cards unless they're like inherently broken, and they're never gonna like nerf cards or ban cards. This is not something they'll do. I'm not gonna lie, we've hit Magnezone a couple of times. Magnezone is a unique card in our deck. It's definitely one of the worst matchups that we have, I would say, pretty severely. What's crazy here though is that we have a chance to win still. Does he have like... I forget what he had in his hand. He didn't have any damage modifying in his hand, right? So we can just KO the Sylveon? I think. Maybe. No Rocky Helmet, though. Feels bad. Or we had a Rocky Helmet, but... Yeah, maybe he just has red in hand, and I just don't remember. But to be fair, we were losing this game anyway if we don't KO, so... Mars is fine. We Marsed him into Mars. All good. So we take some damage here. It is what it is. We can just attach, retreat, hit. And then Mars him. It's actually a kind of a funny play. Let's go. I need to name my tournament the Mad Dog Matty Classic. I don't know if I will. I don't know if people would jive with that necessarily. We already used one Cyrus, which feels a little bit bad. Also, flipping tails there, so if he has Giant Cape, we lose. We do have another Cyrus in our deck, but if he has Giant Cape or whatever, obviously we lose, so. We'll see. Maybe force the tie here, though. That'd be fun. Research. What program do I use for the game? I use LD Player. That's the program I use. I don't know if I would recommend it per se. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. We Mars him to 2. We top decks research into Giant Cape, and we flip tails. GG. LOL. 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 The Magnezone is really a specifically very strong card into Silvally. I will say that if Magnezone is becoming exceedingly popular, then we're not happy about that. It's one of the few cards in the game that's very, very good into Silvally. But I mean, I don't know if that is that a meta trend. So Magnezone, I've seen 2 of them in the last like 4 games, but whatever. You can just mirror your phone into your desktop. No, I'm using a tablet emulator, but you can do that too. I think a lot of other people do that, but I would rather just be on PC because that's where all my stuff is, like my recording software and my mic software and all that stuff. So that's what I would rather do most of the time. We're not going to bench the Giratina because we know Repel exists. We could have won that game too. If we had just flipped heads, we could have forced the tie. If our opponent just didn't get super lucky with Guzma, we would have won the game. There's a lot of ways we could have won that game. Magnezone is good into Silvally, but I don't think that's a horrible matchup for us. I think the last 2 Magnezone games have been very unfortunate. Yo, what's up, Throwback? Let's go. Just hit Master Ball with this deck? Dude, let's go, Throwback. I love hearing that. Magnezone is a card that occasionally makes a resurgence. I wouldn't say Magnezone. Dude, everyone's playing Magnezone. What's the deal with that? Am I the only one here that's very confused as to why everybody's playing Magnezone all of a sudden? I don't know what's going on there. I'm a little bit... We do have red in hand, but I'm a little bit confused. I'm not going to lie. A little bit confused. Oh, it's the same person? Is that what it is? I guess that makes sense. We got Mars last turn. Do I really want to play down these things? Did he repel us? I don't know. Why are we hitting the same person? I'm not going to play anything and hope that we don't get like... Oh, we flip heads. Why are we playing the same person? That seems a little weird. The game's just like, yo, this is not a good matchup. You should hit this guy. How did we get the same person 3 times in a row? I'm so confused. How does that happen? Am I the only one here that doesn't understand that at all? No red card, please. Please. Thank you. Okay. So he might have Magnezone. We always just take the KO here. We always just take the KO. We have no Rocky Helmet, which is a little annoying. We always just take the KO. I don't know how that's possible. I'm not going to lie. I think the matchmaking is a little broken right now. So if he has Magnezone, then we're cooked, right? Again, just because this turn 3 Magnezone stuff is super annoying. All 3 of these games, he's had Magneton turn 2, which I just don't understand, quite frankly. But I mean, what can you do about it? I guess, right? I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what you can really do. He definitely has it. He's got 8 cards in deck, so. We don't have Sabrina, so we have to just double up on Giratina and then maybe hope that we draw a Rocky Helmet in the next couple of turns, I think, is basically the play here. But yeah, we're going to have a tough time into Magnezone, no matter how you slice it. It's just not... oh, the Rocky Helmet is cool. Maybe he has Guzma in his hand as well. I mean, who knows, right? Who am I to say? Who am I to say? Because I'm top 5K, so I think they'll match you up with the same ranked people. Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of other people in our... That's a crazy hand to have. It's a crazy hand to have. I think we silver this turn. Yeah, dude. What's with this one Magnezone player and having every card ever that he needs in his deck? I'm a little bit thrown off here. I don't understand. Oh, he's just going to repel us, too. He had Repel and Guzma, which is crazy. He had Repel and Guzma in his hand, bro. This player's insane, dude. It's turn 3 Magnezone all 3 games. Oh, he just hits the active for some reason. Because he has Repel in hand. Yeah, that makes sense. We're going to top deck Mars, though. It's all good. Mathematically, it shouldn't happen. Hey, the game knows that this is not the matchup for us, right? So, it's making things go. Top deck Mars. Tough. Tough. No Mars top deck. This dude is playing literally... Like, we know he has Repel in hand, so we lose. Bro, listen. I don't know what's going on, but this one specific deck here of Giratina, Sylveon, and Magnezone is by far our worst matchup, and we've hit it 3 times in a row in the same player, so I don't know what's going on. But I haven't played Magnezone a single time all season, and we just happen to be only playing this right now, and I'm not happy about that whatsoever. He just has, but he's also had every card. I don't understand that, quite frankly, either, but whatever. Wait. Hold on, what? Oh, we're into a match already. It's a different person, all good. Oh, take a break. Yeah, maybe that was the case. Maybe we got synced together. Is that why? Could be the case. That's the bot. I've reached my daily limit. Felix is another person I feel like we've played a bunch of times too. We definitely do not want that Magnezone deck. Is the Magnezone deck good against Suicune? I wouldn't even say it's that good, no, because Suicune with Giant Cape, even Suicune without Giant Cape, like, you live. So it's actually, I wouldn't even think Magnezone is a good counter to Suicune at all, because they also play Giratina and they play Greninja. So am I going to try anything new with your next tournament, or are you still thinking of the details since it's a bit far away? I don't think we're going to do anything new per se. I think we'll probably just keep it standard. I might change the format a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. But I kind of liked what we did last time. 201 viewers has been in this. How does it feel to have motion to this degree? I wouldn't say that, man. I think we got a nice little community here. We're doing good. We also got the people on Twitch as well, so big shout out to the people on Twitch. If we top deck a Silvally here, that's going to be really good because we can KO and Mars him. Yeah, he's going to go with the bench here, which is a bit unfortunate. So we might just Mars him anyway. I know this seems like a weird play, but we're going to do it like this. Because I'd rather just have this Giratina on board here. We're chilling. Yeah, I wouldn't even say the Magnezone deck's that good against Suicune at all. It's good against Silvally. Magnezone's very good into Silvally. If we Mars him into like Rare Candy Decidueye here, we're kind of cooked, but he also can't retreat. Yeah, he evolves the active, so this is fine. Also, like, Silvally off the Gladion isn't guaranteed either, which feels bad. But we negated his research, which is good into Decidueye. He does hit the type null. We're just going to KO him next turn, though. Yeah, that's big. Huge. Why Mantike and not Pichu? Yeah, Rix, you can play whichever one. It doesn't matter. They're both good. Both do the same thing. So we KO the active, and then he's kind of cooked here, unless he's got Rare Candy Decidueye in hand, which, I mean, I guess he could, but... You know, are we really that stressed about it, I guess? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We've gotten very unlucky. Our opponents have gotten lucky the last few games, but hey, what are you going to do? Classic matchmaking. You lose 2 at once, see it again, change your deck, and then you play the mirror. Yeah, we don't change decks around here. That's the one thing from the very beginning that I've recommended about playing ranked battles is to, like, find a deck you like and just stick with it. You're going to have a good luck streaks. You're going to have bad luck streaks, but just stick with it, you know? Okay, Rare Candy Decidueye, and we absolutely get smoked here. Okay. Oh, it's the small one. Okay, good. I was about to be a little bit upset. I was about to be a little upset. Not gonna lie. I mean, what are the odds here that he had it? You know what I mean? I would have genuinely not been happy with it, but yeah, we get a little bit lucky. I like Decidueye too, but the Mantike going first type null stuff is definitely that's, you know, our deck kind of popped off this game. It happens. He could have Leaf Cape, but we're gonna. Yeah, we're chilling. Maddie's gonna sell a Magnezone Sucks t-shirt? Dude, I should. Yeah, we can swap Mantike. You can swap Mantike for anything. My favorite baby, personally, is like the full art Magby. That's my favorite one. I like to fully explore and understand the playlands of one deck before I decide to swap. Yeah, for sure. Yo, Meta VGC with the sub. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. That is awesome. Our 13th sub. Lucky number 13. What's up, Meta? What's going on? Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Classic matchmaking, dude. Classic matchmaking. It's been a weird one tonight. We hit the same Magnezone player 3 times. We've never played Magnezone. If Magnezone was everywhere in this format, we would not be playing Silvally. I'll tell you that much. But, hey. If everyone's playing Silvally, then Magnezone is a decent choice. I don't necessarily think it's that great or anything into Suicune, but... We go first, type null lead into Suicune. Let's see if he leads Suicune or not. If he does... You know, we might have a little bit of an issue here, but we'll see. All right, okay. All right, calm down. Calm down. Rocky Helmet red, please. That'd be nice. Cyrus, double Cyrus in hand, okay. We're not going to bench anything. Should I put the win rate below the deck? Well, our win rate changes all over the place, so I don't know if that really would help a whole lot. I don't know what you mean by that, Bellatees. But I think the win rate for our deck is really good. We could bench Giratina here, and then we could Bellow and get the free energy on Giratina, but is it worth doing that, I wonder? That's definitely a good question. It's not a bad question. I can't remember in this matchup if it's better to do this or not. We're going to try it out this game and see how it goes. Show the 23% win rate? For what? What do you mean? Just for each stream? Oh, like to keep track? Yeah, that's a good point. It would be close to 50% anyway. He does Marza, so I'm glad we did bench this in Bellow. Oh, my win-loss. Yeah. No, that makes sense. The red, the type null, the Rocky Helmet is good. See, we top deck after this, but... He does bench Froakie, but he can't attack this turn. I think this is safe if we can like top deck a Silvally or a Gladion. The Rocky Helmet is fun. We split here on the off chance that we top deck. Do we actually want to attack here? I don't think so. I think we'd rather Bellow. But our win rate for this stream is still positive. We were on like a 6 win streak, and then we lost, but... we can actually get KO'd this turn if he goes double basic, rare candy, Greninja. So, I mean, if he does, he does, right? I mean, like, you know, he did just Pokeball research. It's about to happen, isn't it? We're about to get donked turn 2. Crazy. Craziness. Oh, never mind. Oh, no, wait. He still KOs even if he has double basics. All right, we got rolled. Benching Giratina did not pay off for us here, I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that for free. He bellows. What is going on? I am completely lost in space right now. He could have just KO'd the active. I don't know why he didn't. I don't really know why he chose not to. But, okay. The other question here is, if we Gladion and evolve, technically that stops him from being able to KO next turn, but if we hit him, that forces him to KO the active, which would then allow us to KO him with Giratina. And we have red in hand. So I think it's actually better. We can play Gladion. But I actually think it's better to not evolve. And then just to hit him. Because we can KO the active anyway with red. Even if he, like, Iridas. But he's going to go down to 120 anyway if he KOs the active, right? He could bring up the Giratina, but he can't KO it. So I don't think we evolve, even though it would keep our Silvally safe this turn, because then he would just bellow, and we're not KOing next turn anyway. So I think we play aggressive here. We could actually bench this type null too, because we're getting KO'd regardless. Probably better to do that, right? Although if he does Cyrus up, then it'd take more damage. Maybe we just hold the type null, but we still attack. It's okay if he KOs type null. In fact, we would rather him attack type null. He only has 1 energy on Giratina and Greninja. And with red in hand, we're KOing both. So I would literally rather him KO our active here. And then we just sweep with Giratina. Yeah, so he's going to bring up Giratina, which is fine. It's actually not bad for us really at all. It's really not that bad. Because without another Greninja, he can't actually KO this turn either. And then we KO with Silvally, and then he's in a weird spot, right? We do go down negative energies on the Giratina, but I mean, what are you going to do, right? I'm going to Silver, see if he has another Rare Candy Greninja in hand. It's pretty likely. He's got Rare Candy. He does have Irida. We don't want to get rid of Irida. We want to get rid of Cyrus. And we just hope that he doesn't top deck the second Greninja next turn. Is the play, in my opinion. Because we've got double Rocky Helmet in play. So we KO here. He has to go into Greninja. And he can't KO this Giratina unless he has a second Greninja if he top decks it. Or Cyrus. But even if he does, he takes Rocky Helmet damage. And then we KO him with Silvally. So his only win condition here is to have a second Greninja. That's his only win condition. He did have Rare Candy in hand. All right. Our opponent is absolutely cracked. I don't know what else to tell you. The man just top decked it. He just top decked it. So You know what I mean? He just did. He just did. He just top decked it. I don't know what's going on. But whatever. Maybe we shouldn't have actually benched type null now that I think about it, because that's another win condition for him. But we did get rid of the Cyrus, so theoretically speaking, it's still somewhat possible. But well, it's not though. Okay, all right. We shouldn't have benched the type null, but either way, very annoying that he top decked the one card he needed to win. It feels great. Feels phenomenal because now he KOs. He wouldn't have been able to KO if we didn't bench the type null, which is why that was technically a misplay. I will say it just outright. But that's ridiculous. That's crazy. That is crazy. He had 6 cards a deck. He top decked the Greninja. That's the only way he could have won. So now he doubles up on active and then just KOs with Suicune for 120. He would have hit for 100 if we didn't bench the type null. So benching the type null was a misplay. I'm not gonna lie, but this man got so lucky. It's unbelievable. Honestly, it is. it's just you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The only way he could have won that game is if he top decked Greninja, and he top decked Greninja. So that's our bad. We misplayed by benching the type null for sure, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. I was not doing the math. I was banking on the double Greninja anyway. I think at the time, I kind of figured that we would lose anyway, even if we didn't bench it, just because that's the way the math worked out, which we would have anyway. So, like, if we don't bench that type null, he wouldn't have had to KO Giratina that turn, and then he could have just KO'd both in the same turn, right? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it mattered. I think the only thing that mattered was him top decking the one card he needed to. Yes, we can make you math. But like I said, like even if we didn't bench type null, he would have still won the game. Like I don't think it would have mattered because he didn't have to KO Giratina that turn. He could have just single shot it and then one shot the active and then attacked, and then we wouldn't have had a response to it. Or just even not attacked. The same thing would have happened, I think. So it is what it is. We even silvered him. We did. We were like, listen, you know, no Greninja, we're chilling. But he benched the Froakie the turn prior too, so it's just ridiculous stuff. Just ridiculous. It was a 1 in 6 chance. It wasn't that crazy of odds, but yeah, definitely unfortunate. Playing Suicune yet again. We do go first. Rocky Helmet and Red in hand. Okay, we've had these starts before. We don't mind them. With Red and Mars in hand, it's actually not that bad. The window was closing quickly. Honestly, the only way he wins that game is by top decking Greninja. So, what can you do? What can you do? Froakie comes down, turn 1, attaches, bellows. Yep. He'd be smart not to attack me next turn, which he might not. He might not. But we don't bench anything still. We Mars this turn. Might be better to hold the Mars for later in the game, but I think it's better to be a little bit more aggressive with your hand disruptions into Suicune and kind of force him to be a little bit more progressive in the active spot. That's my thought, at least. Because if it doesn't attack us, he still gets KO'd unless he has Giant Cape. So he should attack. He's not. He's going to bellow. So we KO the active, and then he can attack us next turn, so we're chilling. And that's the way it goes. And that's the way it goes. We even have Cyrus in hand, which is good. Now we don't bench this turn. We don't benefit anything by benching this turn because we can't take damage next turn. So we KO, and then we just hit again next turn, but we wait to bench. Because he might Mars us, but at the end of the day, it's better to not get like repelled or Sabrinaed or whatever and then just lose. We do have double Pokeball, double type null in our deck if we do get Mars or red carded, so I don't mind it. We're also going to get a free attack off this Giratina, so at the end of the day, as long as we have a basic Pokemon, we're going to force the tie here. Research comes down. What I don't get is that they use most of the time one Giratina, and they still find it in their first turn. I know, they always get the one Giratina. It is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. We're cooking now, though. We're going to top deck red anyway. He's probably going to have Irida, but we GG him by just benching type null. We'll put... Did we put them both down? No, we only put one down. We can put the Mantike down, though. In case we do. Because what I'm trying to think is, like, what we don't want is for him to, like, repel us or whatever, right? But if we bench the Mantike, it doesn't really matter. And we want to thin cards out of our hand, so... I think benching the Mantike is fine. Well, no, because we don't want to open him up. We don't want to give him the ability to, like, Cyrus KO with Greninja and KO this. Do we, though? We have Cyrus in hand. So we just want to make sure that we can KO this thing next turn, which we can do with a single type null anyway. So there's no reason to bench that. And I think we just hit. And we hope we don't get, like, Marsed or whatever. So he goes down to 2. Of course, he can't utilize this Giratina unless he Iridas, but if he does, we do have, you know, Gladion in hand. Yeah, so he's going to Irida, so hopefully he doesn't have red card as well, and we'll just revenge KO with Silvally. If we get red carded, we have double Silvally, double Gladion in our deck, so yeah, GG. All right, we played that one well. We didn't throw that game, which is good. So that's an upside, I think, for sure. That's how that matchup should go, you know? That's how that matchup should go. I need to pee super bad. No cap. What are we at? We're at almost 11. All right, we got like another hour, 2 hours in the stream in me tonight. So I'm going to go quickly use the restroom. Yo, what's up, Fraps Drinker? How you doing, man? Gained 100 points today in upper 2000s with Decidueye. It's so fun to play, dude. I've been pushing Decidueye. I've been trying to tell people. Like, late last week, I was like, Decidueye's a real deck. It, like, deserves to see play right now, and I think that it's totally a quality deck list. So here, I'm going to go ahead and use the restroom super quick. I will be right back. Do not go anywhere. I'll be back in, like, 20 seconds. Promise. All right, we're back. We're back. Did we lose half the stream? Is that what happened? Did half of the viewers leave? I'm not gonna lie. That might have been the biggest #1 I've ever had in my life. That was something. That was something. I expected Luxray to pop off like it did during the last days of EG meta. Yeah, with Sylvgren, but this time it's Decidueye. Yeah, I think that Luxray has potential. I think the issue with Luxray is that you have to be able to live an attack consistently from the Giratina. Like, when you're playing Suicune, like, it's good in the Suicune matchup because you can just roll with Raikou and then, you know, go into Luxray after the fact. But you have to be able to survive an attack from, you know, the Giratina late game. But you also have to, like, be able to not get hit with Greninja and then Cyrus. Do you know what I mean? So Luxray's really strong late game. It's just the issue, of course, is that late game you don't oftentimes have the opportunity to be in the position you want because our opponent has Greninja and Cyrus and stuff. We're going turn 1 silver here. Get rid of this research. Thank you. Thank you very much. I did see that Mars in hand. We will not be playing that Pokeball. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good week? Yeah? I'm excited for the update announcement tomorrow. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed because it probably won't be Megas and it probably won't be blah, 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 blah. No, I'm pretty excited. So I feel like he's going to Mars us if we play this research, but I probably will just play the research on the off chance because, like, I would rather just see new cards and maybe draw into red next turn than anything. So I'm not going to play the Pokeball, but I am just going to bellow. Yo, what's up, FN Angry? How you doing? Good luck. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I'd be happy to see something we can theorycraft with. Yeah, exactly. To be honest with you, at this point, that's what the next 3-4 videos on the channel are going to be. It's just going to be theory crafting. Are we getting 2 packs or 1? Probably 1, but you never know. They might just bypass A2B or A4B, and they might just give us... he might hold the Mars here, which would be crazy for him to do. I really wouldn't be mad if he didn't, so... We have 2 red in the deck, so it's honestly, like, if he Marses us, we have a higher chance of seeing red, so... Really wouldn't mind it. We're probably getting 1 pack, yeah, and it's probably going to be a mini set. Probably. That doesn't mean that that'll happen. Top deck red. Built different. Built different. He should have Marsed us. He should have done it. I think Ben's stream sniping, though. I think Ben is probably stream sniping, and the only reason he didn't Mars us... Yeah, shout out to you, Ben. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for tuning in, Ben. Is Ben watching the stream? He must be. That was pretty funny. I loathe the multi-pack sets. 1 mini set a month would be perfect. I like the full sets. I do. I just wish they... I mean, last A4, they gave us a bunch of free hourglasses, though. You got to keep that in mind. They did. It's 1 pack. That's not confirmed. Nothing. I don't think anything's confirmed yet, but it's probably 1 pack. If you know, if history repeats itself, that is. Yo, 47 people in the Twitch chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Don't forget to smash that follow button. Yeah, join the Discord as well. We have commands, by the way. I forgot to mention that to people. Nobody's used a command, but we do have a command right now here. I'm going to actually just go ahead and test this out because maybe I'm completely wrong. But we do have commands. Does that command work? Never mind. The command did not work. Okay, I need to... We should have commands. I got to work on that. Oh, no, it did work. It worked. It was just a delay. There you go, look. Yeah, there it is. Light Rain. Show them the commands. We have a tournament command for an upcoming tournament. We have... I think you're supposed to put, like, the commands in the stream title. I don't know. I can link them with your command page if you want. If you just do uppercase, like, commands, right, or CMDs or whatever, like, it should... All right, we're leading Giratina into Oricori right now, which I don't love. It's Ori Volley. We don't have Sabrina in our deck. I loved A3 Bits on the other hand. Yeah. I love A3 for sure. A3 Rare Candy was fun, man. It was a really good time. Our hand is Brick City, which is just abysmal. Yeah, I think it's commands. So if you do that, yeah, there you go. There's the list of commands. Yo, what's up, Kaylin? How you doing? Zelda Ocarina of Time, the best game ever for me. Tears of the Kingdom was a masterpiece as well. Yeah, Ocarina of Time was incredible. I was a bit too young to really enjoy it in the moment, I would say. But for sure, yeah. Ocarina of Time was an all-time type game. Without a doubt. I'm actually just going to retreat and bellow. That sounds crazy, but I would rather him not get damage off on the Giratina. He doesn't have any energy on the Savali. I guess he does also probably plays E-Switch, so maybe that wasn't the correct play. But if we get punished for it, we get punished for it. There it is. Yeah, we do have commands, guys. So, exclamation point tournament will give you the link to our upcoming tournament. Somebody asked that. I forgot to mention. We do also have, the Discord server and the Twitch. If you wanted to get linked to the Twitch, we got a couple of commands for sure. So I would recommend go checking them out. What's unfortunate here is our hand. But we can split and then bellow. Do we have a Gladion? We don't really. I kind of want to keep the... We're not going to attack. We have to bellow. Actually, we could attack. So we have Cyrus in hand. I'm going to silver and then bellow this turn. Actually, I'm going to hit. No, I'm going to bellow. There we go, guys. Yeah, we got the commands. Let's go. Ocarina of Time is really good. But so was Majora's Mask. You know what I mean? So was Majora's Mask. The reason I liked Majora's Mask was because it wasn't like a direct sequel. You know what I mean? Like, Tears of the Kingdom was incredible, but it was like a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, and I think that it just didn't win. Like, it didn't win Game of the Year that year for that reason. Well, actually, I think Elden Ring probably won Game of the Year that year. Maybe that was a part of the reason. Tears of the Kingdom is an incredible game. You can't convince me otherwise. You can't. I mean, it's that good of a game. It's very, very good. It's just underappreciated because it's a sequel, which is understandable. But yeah, it's really, really good. But yeah, link is up technically if you want to go register for the tournament. We do get Sabrinaed. We don't go into Giratina. There's no reason to. He's just playing it so that he can KO us with his Silvally. We don't have any Rocky helmets either, which is unfortunate. And retreating with Giratina also was probably a tough play. It's tough. Did he top deck that Sabrina? Because we silvered him, right? What did we take out of his hand with silver? Does anybody know? Does anyone remember? Am I going crazy? This is where we play Dawn. Should have benched the Mantike. Should have done it. We should have done it. YOLO Mads. I have not been paying attention to this game. We led Giratina into an Oricorio lead, and we've kind of been breaking ever since. So it is what it is. But we're going to top deck a Gladion, and then we're just going to KO this. We're going to retreat KO, and then just sweep him with Silvally. That's the play at this point. That's sort of the idea. Oh, he retreats. That's crazy. That's pretty funny. Red? He had red in his hand? Oh, no, we got rid of red. Yeah. Did he have Sabrina in his hand at that point? I don't remember if he did or not. We're just absolutely breaking like a mad lad here. If we KO him, we lose. Actually, no, that's probably our best play. No, he has red in hand. So we can't KO, because then we get KO'd, right? No, we got rid of red. What are the odds are that if we KO him, he doesn't have a supporter? And again, what are the odds of that? Pretty slim, I'd say. But if we go into type, we just don't have Silvally, which is hilarious. Or a supporter card. We could go into Mantike. Crazy play. Yeah, he drew into the Sabrina. Yeah, that's what I thought. We could retreat yet again. Could be a crazy play. Or we could just go into type null, force him into Silvally, and then KO, but then we lose to the Oricorio, so we can't do that. We got super unfortunate luck this game. What is the play here? If you go into Mantike, you know, we keep Silvally basically at an all-time high. Then we can KO it. I think we have to go into Mantike here. Is that crazy? I feel like that's a crazy thing to say, but we have to do it. And then we just hope that we can top deck like Silvally or Gladion or something. Or research into Silvally. We have double research in deck. If he has Cyrus, we lose, obviously. Which it looks like he does. So, yeah, all right. Did we know he had Cyrus in hand? I don't know if we did or not. You might have just top decked it. I don't know what was going on that game, but very unfortunate, I think. I'm pretty sure he just top decked the Sabrina and the Cyrus back-to-back, which is great for us. It was very unlucky. We bricked on the Silvallis, and we led Giratina into an Oricorio. So everything about that game was cursed. Also, probably not the game of the year. Tears felt like DLC. Yeah, what? I mean, well, I wouldn't say it felt like DLC, but it was a sequel, right? That's what I would say. It was like a true sequel. We don't see that very often, but it was just a genuine sequel to a game, which I think is enough to justify not winning Game of the Year. Quite honestly. Even though I do think it was the best game that year. He took red. He top decked Sabrina. Did he also top deck Cyrus? Because there's no way he had Cyrus in his hand as well. Did he? Maybe he did. I just forget. Not that it would have mattered. We couldn't have thought that far ahead anyway, but yeah. But yeah. Yo, what's up, Chipe? What's going on, man? What if Giratina has 3 retreat cost? Yeah, he topped Cyrus as well, didn't he? We're going to have Giratina lead into Oricorio again. I can feel it. I can feel it. Giratina lead going first is actually pretty good. It's just these lightning decks are playing Oricorio, and it's the one card in our deck we don't want against Oricorio. Oh, it's Zero Orca. No, red was the only option you had to take away with silver. Yeah, so, I mean, what's up with that? What's up with top decking Sabrina and then Cyrus? I want answers. I want answers. Been bullying people with Guz. Guz is pretty sweet, man. I am benching here. I don't think that's fine. Because we can retreat next turn and not take any damage on Giratina. Maybe that's ideal, but we also don't want to do that because we want to attack the following turn with Type Null or with Silvally. So I think we just stay in and then we attach and whatever next turn. We'll just take the damage here. Now, this does mean that, of course, we can't do anything with Giratina next turn, but it doesn't matter anyway. We're just planning to retreat no matter what. I'm dying to see how you play the Guzzlord deck. I made a video on Guzzlord. I made videos on 2 different Guzzlord decks, I believe. The red card there is a little bit annoying, but I'm not worried. Our deck is full of supporters. Cyrus is not good. Pokeball's not good. How is it that the only... This is, I guess, the thing about playing 2 Cyrus in the deck, is that sometimes they're the only supporter cards that you can't play. He silvered us anyway. You know, it's just like it's very unlikely, I would say, that the game... You know what I mean? That, like, what are the odds there? You know? We top deck another Pokeball. It's a little bit crazy, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Yo, good night, L. Dot. Thanks for the content. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right, he's just going to concede because his deck loses to our deck, but we're not getting very lucky. We're getting what I would say a little bit unlucky, but we're still winning games. That scenario is why I've gone back and forth on Cyrus. I think that's also why we played a Sabrina instead of a Cyrus, but I think it's still worth just playing double Cyrus. I really do. I think it's still worth it. Yo, Joe. Good night, man. Yeah, definitely return. Come back anytime you want. We stream at random times, which I know is a little bit rough for like the audience. We never really know when I'm going live. Typically, I go live around like 8 or 9 p.m. on like random nights. That's the schedule, basically. It's kind of whenever, you know, my wife lets me stream, kind of. But yeah, going second type no lead into Suicune is pretty good, I would say. Pretty decent, I would say. No red in hand, no Rocky Helmet, so we do get kind of bodied by Irida. We'll see how this all pans out. But yes, Dustin, I do have a Guzzlord video. Mars would be good here. We actually just want... Double Gladiol's crazy. We actually do just want to thin our deck out. We're not going to bench anything, but we do just want to thin the deck. Going second here should just give us a big enough advantage to where... yeah, the heads is good there. So he could Irida, and if he does, it's whatever, right? But we're still, I would say, ahead just because we're going second. Honestly. I'm using the one now that won the tournament recently that Mads posted. Yeah, I was using the one that Mads shared before that as well. Only thing that really changed was now I have 2 Wills. I like Will. I really do. Yeah, he's going to Irida. That's fine. That's totally fine. We're just going to hit him for 100 and we're chilling. No stress. No stress. Never mind. We're not. We're actually just going to Mars him. Never mind. We're Marsing him and not playing Gladion. You gonna go watch him? Yo, for sure. I love your content. Thank you, Chipe. I appreciate that. Yo, thanks for the follow, Esqua. I don't... Hopefully that was correct. I think we just win at this point. I don't know how we lose this game. I guess if we top deck... Well, I don't know either. I really don't know. No Giratina really closes this matchup for our opponent, especially going first into Silvally. Yeah, he attaches and then he hits, so it's kind of GG. He did just research again, though, off of the Mars, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we're probably going to see a Greninja next turn, but he can't attack with it even if he does. So NBD, we are going to play the Gladion and hope for the type null here. Yep, big. It's kind of GG. This is why we like playing our deck list, specifically into Suicune. Going second, type null lead is really, really strong. I mean, Silvally's got a lot of HP. You know, turn 2 100 damage. Especially going second, you can hit, like, you know... Like, with red and Rocky Helmets, like, we didn't do it this turn, but it's very likely that you could take the KO this turn. Thanks for the follow, Chaos. Thank you. So here comes the Greninja. Now, we don't have Cyrus in hand, and that is an important thing to understand. We don't actually have it in hand. But I still don't really see how we lose this, especially with double Cyrus in our deck. I really don't. I don't see the vision. How's the matchup against Decidueye? Very good, I would say. Very, very good. In my humble opinion. Yeah. We can evolve it this turn. We have red in hand. I'm actually going to bench Giratina and then split. Didn't make a lot of sense to do that necessarily, but I think it's still the better play. Even if we get Mars, like, it's pretty likely that we have the cards we need to. I think our deck has, this deck specifically has a good matchup into basically everything, other than maybe, I don't know. I guess Guzzlord could be tough because of the Giratina stuff. Magnezone is the big one, but Magnezone's not very common right now. How do I do memberships for your channel for future streams, Devin? Below or right next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. He does bring in the Giratina, which is hilarious. There's a join button right there, and you can go ahead. Yo, thanks for the sub, Lionel. Thank you. You can go ahead and just like press that join button, and then there's the option there. You can also sub on Twitch. It's effectively the same thing. GG, easy win. I reached Masters today. It was a little bit of a long one because of work, Kevin. Hey, at least you made it there, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. The people that complain about getting bored about ranked battles are people that play like 100 ranked battles in like 5 days and then don't like playing meta decks all month. You know, and I kind of get that. I do, but like if you're the type of player to play 100 ranked battles in the first week and hit Master Ball, then like why aren't you also the type of player to want to continue to play the meta? You know, I don't know. It's sort of a weird thing. I think people just complain about the game right now because they just want it to be improved, right? And the natural reaction for people to want the game to be updated or improved is to just basically say negative things about the game, right? And that'll catch on, but I think it's better to have constructive criticism for sure. But at the same time, I get why people are sort of complaining and saying stuff about the game. I do. I understand it at like a fundamental level. I just don't necessarily always agree with it. This deck is so fast that I tried it, and you like the style? Good. That's awesome. So early Sabrina or Silver rather is probably correct here, but the issue is, yeah, we'll draw into another one next turn. It's fine. So we lose. I don't know if you guys really know what's going on, but we lose this game. We lose this game unless we top deck a Mars. Going first, type no lead into Decidueye with every card they could ever need. They also top deck the Pokeball, which is crazy. So they have literally every Pokemon in their deck, in their hand right now. They have double basics, and they have both stage 1s and both stage 2s in their hand. So that's what's going on currently. We can't actually flip heads, though. He attacked us. He actually attacked us. It's possible. We had to play the red there, unfortunately. Doesn't feel particularly great. What's happening this game? This is one of the funnier games for sure. I don't know if I've ever had a more unlucky matchup here. He's got a split, right? He's gonna split. Yeah, smart. He just happens to have every Pokemon in his hand, bro. What's going on? What's up with that? What's the deal there? I don't really know. Couldn't really tell you. Yo, shout out to Mantike though, huh? That's exactly what we wanted right now. It's exactly what we wanted right now. That's a crazy game. That's a crazy game. That's crazy. Going first into Desi with every Pokemon in hand, and then we flip tails there is incredible. Actually incredible. There's actually no reason why we played the red there, by the way. But I think I was a little bit tilted by what I saw off the silver. That was incredible. Very tough to beat Desi in that particular scenario. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that for free. If he didn't top deck the Pokeball, we would have had a great shot, right? But he top decked Pokeball and had double Dartrix in hand. I guess you'll just Decidu die? Yo, for sure. I think you're right. People complain just to complain, but the meta's fine, honestly. I see a bigger variety of decks this meta, which keeps it interesting. This meta's been way more diverse than people think. The issue is, though, they're not interested in that, right? They want the game to be fun immediately, and if they feel like the game's not that fun immediately, then they just sort of stop playing, right? And they don't come back with, yo, thanks for the sub, Nels. You know, and that's, I guess, fine. That's a totally fine reaction, right? The first few days of this format was probably pretty annoying if you didn't pull Suicune. But that's why I created my video very early on. Thanks for the sub, Worm. I had a video that was like about counter meta. I was like, these are the best counter meta decks, and I made it like 5 days into the season or even earlier. You know, I don't know. People just, you know, it wasn't what they wanted, I guess. It's really what it comes down to, right? They just wanted something different, and, you know, I understand it. A little bit. Kind of. Not that I agree with it, but I get it, right? The game needs to be updated. It needs to be changed. But this metagame has not been bad. It has not been bad, really, at all. I think people just really over-exaggerate most times. Whatever, we're just going to quick blow. And we flip tails, of course. We're always flipping tails. We're always flipping tails with this deck. So many of the games could go way easier if we flipped heads, but just not how it goes. Probably going to get Mars to red carded here. It is what it is. Maybe we'll draw into Silvally and red. That'd be sweet. I would like that if that happened. All right. Time to lock in here. We actually would rather this be type null, although it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's fine. And now we just need to draw into red at some point so that the Rocky Helmet red combo can take the KO here. We are going to thin again with Gladion. I mean, we have double red in the deck. We'll see. We'll see if it comes to fruition. He might Guzma us as well, which wouldn't really matter because we kept the second Rocky Helmet, but... Yeah, this is a lot better than Triumphant Light for sure. Yeah, wait till the Megas come. Yeah, he does Guzma us. That's fine. We have a second Rocky Helmet unless he red cards us, but he won't. Okay, we're going to top deck red, and we're going to be totally fine. Okay, that's not really what we wanted, I guess, but... okay. But, okay. I guess we can force the tie if he doesn't have healing. We can force the no healing with silver. But this does give us a chance to top deck red. I mean, 1/4 of our deck is red, quite frankly, right? So it's not that bad of odds, coincidentally. But even if we don't, we'll force the tie, which is fine too, right? Which is also fine, I would say. This matchup really just comes down to that. Like, if you don't draw red, it's probably going to be a tie or you're going to lose. Yeah, okay, so the Giant Cape is very annoying as well. A lot of Giratina Darkers aren't playing Giant Cape right now. But yeah, now we need red. Thanks for the sub, Rogue. What do I want? Red? Red game? Oh, red-haired supporter. Yeah, I know, right? It's giving us all of our other red cards that aren't actually red, which we love. We're going to top deck it. It's all good. No, but we do top deck Giratina, which is actually interesting. It's actually kind of interesting. Well, Mars this turn. And we'll double up, give us another turn to draw red. And we're going to bellow. And then next turn we can silver to potentially also force the win by bellowing in the active with Giratina. So we'll see. Okay, the Pokeball comes down. Mantake's basically a Rocky Helmet. It kind of is right now. Do you guys remember that Dragonite game? Were you there for a couple streams ago when Mantike got hit for all 4 Draco Meteors? He does Sabrina us, which is a misplay on his part, I think. Why would he do that? I don't know. I guess he's just not going to attack. Well, does anyone know? I guess we still don't KO without red. Yeah, GG. What? I don't... Why would he do that, though? What was the upside of doing that? Does anyone know? I don't know. I don't really know what that play was from my opponent. Surely it would have been better for him not to play this arena, right? I don't know. Yo, what's up, Diego? I've been climbing with Silvally Rampardos, but getting a bit tired of it. Do you think that this deck is better positioned? It looks fun. I think it's a lot more consistent. And I think that really the decks right now, like Silvally Rampardos is good. I'm not going to lie. But I think the main core of this deck is playing double Rocky Helmet, double red with Silvally, and I think that's enough to really justify it. I think the Giratina just helps you in a variety of matchups. Magnezone not being one of them. Bold move did not pay off, Cotton. That's right. F and A, Cotton. F and A. Jeez Louise. It's one of the best movies of all time, too. I don't think the younger generation of people will have watched Dodgeball, but it's got to be one of the best movies ever. Decidueye again, but we are going second, but we lead Giratina, which is bad. If we had just led type null, we would have just won the game outright, but yeah, we'll see. What's up, Diego, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We still have a chance here with the Giratina lead. We can split here, Rocky Helmet the active, perhaps. I mean, we're attacking turn 3. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I always forget how many references I take for that movie. I hear you, dude. I hear you. Research into red and Gladion. Okay. We want to thin our deck. We would like Mars or whatever. If he rare candies next turn, it's like kind of annoying, but we live one hit, which theoretically should mean that next turn we can split energies and then just win the game. Yeah, I don't mind this rare candy. I don't mind that at all. I really don't, because we're going to get a Giratina attack off and a Silvally attack off, right? As we can get a type null down. I guess we have to roll the 50-50 here on the Gladion. Doesn't feel great. That's huge. 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 So now we can split and then get a back-to-back attack off, and then it's kind of GG, right? Just too much damage, I don't think. Especially with red, and Rocky Helmets, I don't think he can keep up with it. Yo, the Mantike that took all the damage from Dragonite was crazy. He's going to red us. Doesn't do anything. But it's fine. That doesn't change anything. Quite frankly. Going second this matchup is just a lot more manageable, I would say. Or just having your cards, I guess, also makes it more manageable. Do we play... Because there's a chance that if we top deck... Is there an opportunity that we can't play Gladion the next turn? Do we just play Gladion this turn, and then we have red for the following turn? Is that just the better play? It's got to be, right? Desi just got me a nice 6-game losing streak currently? Oh, no. Do we lose anything by benching Mantike? We technically protect ourselves from nothing. How do we lose this game? I don't understand how we could lose this game. We have red Silvally next turn. I guess we could get like Mars to red carded or whatever. But he's taking Rocky Helmet damage. So even if he Lilies and Rocky Helmets, like as long as we have a supporter, we KO. Right? So he does top deck the Pokeball this turn, which is crazy. Please no hand disruption. I don't think Desi has room for hand disruption. He's gonna Lily, it doesn't matter. Takes Rocky Helmet damage, we KO with Silvally next turn. And then we just hope he doesn't have another rare candy Decidueye, I guess, in his 10-card deck. It's crazy that he even like top decked the Pokeball there, but pretty clutch on his part. Now we don't have another supporter other than red. But it's very likely that we draw one in the next few turns, I would say. He needs rare candy and Decidueye. A Mars here would be sweet too. Oh, the silver's even better. Snipe. Oh, he does have Decidueye in hand, though. It's a little bit of... I'm a little afraid. All right. This man has 11 cards. This man has a 1 in 10 chance, a 1 in 11 chance of pulling the one card he needs to win the game. Yes or no, guys? Will he pull the one rare candy that he needs? Does anybody have any thoughts about that? Will he top deck the rare candy? And more research into rare candy. That's also the question, I guess. I feel like he's going to do it, too. He's going to do it. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Finally. Finally a game we don't just get absolutely sacked by our opponent. Oh, jeez Louise. I was a little bit worried, I'm not going to lie. I was definitely a little bit worried. I just remembered I can make polls. Dude, pull something up, dude. Are we on a little streak right now? We're streaking? What's up, Crystal Dreams? Yeah, no one believed. I didn't believe either. That deck is just stupid. Decidueye is a solid choice right now. It's one of the unique deck lists that is still good into like, what is it? Like into like a Suicune and whatnot. Suicune has a lot of counterplay, honestly. Decidueye is just it's a fun deck list, but it doesn't appreciate decks that can start attacking on turn 2 very, very well. Silvally's one of those, so we should theoretically have a good matchup there. Going first again into probably Suicune. Type no lead. Okay. Let's see if he leads Suicune. Probably will, but maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. That's good. It's great. It's ideal, actually. It's the best case scenario for us, so no hate there. Yeah, we can just silver this turn. Try to really slow him down. He does have Repel and Leaf in his hand, so we got to keep that in mind. He has Repel, Leaf, and Greninja in his hand currently. Repel, Leaf, and Greninja in his hand currently. There's the Mantike that we would have liked to have in the active, but it's all good. It's all good. Turn 1 Silvers go hard, I'm not gonna lie. And then he just top decks the research, bro. The Suicune players are a different breed entirely. They really are. They're just built different. They're a different breed of specimen. There's nothing else I can say other than just absolutely built different. We do have Cyrus, though, so if he does retreat next turn, we can finish off what we started. What are the odds that we silver away turn 1, the research, and he just has it? Probably should have Gladion that turn. All right. We flip heads, though. Testing message. Please ignore this. Yo, thanks. Sorry. What do we got? The announcements working? Look at that. Light Rain doing his own moderator stuff over in the Twitch chat. You love to see it. Oh, he has Leaf in hand. Yeah, I forgot. So he can attack us with Suicune, but then we have Red KO in hand. But if we need top deck Silvally for that to happen, so it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit suspect, I would say. If we top deck Silvally, we KO and it's GG. So maybe we do. Maybe we should have Gladion last turn. It would have theoretically given us a better chance of drawing Sylveon or Silvally, but oh no, he bellows. Okay, good. That's fine. It's not bad really at all for us, actually. Oh, and we do. All right, we have a lot of options now. We can hit the active for 100, even 120, force him not to be able to hit us back, but he might have Irida in hand. Or we can Cyrus up the Giratina and basically just put it at a commission and force him to retreat. And we do have double Cyrus in the deck, so I actually like that play better. But then we don't have any other basics, but we're safe next turn regardless, right? So I would rather just bring this up even if we're not KOing it. Because it's going to force the Irida out, which I think is just the better play. So we're not KOing here, but he's probably not going to stay in. And if he does, he just sacks the Giratina, and we have red revenge KO if he attacks us, right? So I like this way better. How much is top 10,000 this season? It'll probably be around 2,400. That's my guess, but no way of really knowing. Yeah, he does not stay in. Yo, what's up, Dark Smocky? How you doing? So let's see if he hits us this turn. He does. Okay, so we can KO with... Oh, he attached... sorry, Okay. This is really bad because if we don't have a Pokeball or something this turn, then we're in a really bad spot. Yeah, this is really annoying, actually. This is really, really annoying. We can't just take the KO this turn. Is it better to do that, though? And then we'll have a buffer turn with Mantike? It's really bad that we don't have any other basics or no Pokeballs or anything. So if we KO this turn, he just goes into this, and then he KOs, but then he goes down to 120. And then we're kind of just hoping we draw into a Cyrus at some point, right? 8 cards in deck. I think that 1-turn buffer is probably fine. It doesn't actually hurt us at all. Unless he gets the Greninja out, though. Because if he gets the Greninja out next turn, then this Mantike goes down. But no, it's still... Yeah, we can't do that, can we? Yeah, we really can't. Oh, no, we can't. We can do that pretty safely. Right? Because even if we go up here, even if he evolves, he'll ping it once, but then he's still forced to attack it. Right? So I think it's still better here to just KO this turn. And then we'll just bank on the Cyrus play. I still think that's better. I might be crazy in saying that, but I still think it's better. So we get KO'd, we go into Mantike. But Mantike also is guaranteed to live for a turn, and we can even Rocky Helmet the Mantike as well to protect from Irida this following turn. And then as long as we can just draw into a type null next turn, then we effectively win the game. Although he's probably going to have Greninja Cyrus, which is obviously probably what we're going to lose to, I guess. Yeah, so here comes the Greninja. Okay, so this was probably not the better play, but we were getting KO'd regardless, right? We were getting KO'd regardless. Yeah, he's going to ping the Mantike. Again, this is all fine. Because he can't KO a Silvally in 1 turn. Alright, and he takes damage here. So unless he has Cyrus in hand, which to be fair, he probably does, and we do not have Mars, we're probably going to lose. He's got 7 cards in his hand, though. He might not have Cyrus. I think this was still the better play. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't really tell. I can't really remember here. Yeah, no Mars means we probably get smoked here, but there's a chance that we draw into 2 basics, and I think that's probably fine. So I'm going to research. Let's see. Silvally and red. Ick. That's how I feel about that. This actually is kind of preferable, actually. But no, we still don't have our second Cyrus or type null. We need both of those to finish this game. So, it's kind of cooked. It's kind of cooked, actually. Do we live 2 attacks from... I don't know. We're living this turn and next turn. Oh, the repel is cursed. The repel is kind of cursed. No type null is really, really tough. For sure. Oh, there's a research to rub it in. Okay, so we know he has Cyrus now. So I think he's going to have another basic too, unless he gets unlucky. So he's hitting us for 80 this turn, which is bad. Coincidentally. He attached to Greninja though, so Cyrus actually is an alternate win condition here, unless he has Leaf, and we can bring this up and stall for a turn. It's a possibility that we can do that. We just have to top deck it. Yeah, so this leaves us at 70. But that's actually fine. This is fine. Because we can just retreat. Oh, we have Cyrus. But does he have Leaf, though, right? But does he have Leaf? We always play the Cyrus this turn. And then we just, what, double up? And hope he can't... Hope he can't skedaddle? That's the best win condition here? Because if we retreat... We've already played the Cyrus, so we might as well stay in. I think. He probably does play Leaf or whatever, right? They don't all play Leaf, but if he has Leaf, we do lose, sadly. Let's go, dude. What a game. What was that? What was that game? Can anybody explain what just happened? Bro, what was that? What was that game, dude? I feel like we went out of our mind, though. We went out of our mind. The second Cyrus ended up winning us the game, which is crazy. I don't know if we could have done anything different there. We could have not brought up the Giratina, hit the active Suicune. But we didn't have a second type null, which is why the way we made that play in the whole... in the first place. I don't know. We were cooking. Yeah, we exploded our own brain in the process as well, Light. This deck is crazy. I love our deck. I do. It's fun. There's decisions to be made. It's a fun deck list. I enjoy it. And every time we stream, this is the 3rd time streaming this deck list, we've always climbed. We've always climbed very consistently. I think it's a very consistent deck. Oh, he played Leaf at the beginning? Dude, big brain plays from us, huh? And now we lead type null going second, so it's kind of just GG with Pokeball, Research, and Gladion in hand. And Cyrus, we'd like red, though, or Rocky Helmet. Brain recoil does happen with Giratina in the active. It does, dude. It's a crazy world we live in. He does lead Suicune, but we're going second, so if we flip heads here, or if we draw red or Rocky Helmet, it's kind of GG. That's just how the game works. It does make me want to Gladion this turn, and we'll see what we top deck. Because we have to make the right decision, right? Is if we have Savali in hand, then all is well. And honestly, it's probably better to play Gladion this turn than Research next turn, or this turn. So that we can at least Gladion and KO next turn, depending on whether we flip heads or tails or not. Yeah, okay, so we have red, right? So we always Gladion this turn, because it's a 50-50 chance. Right? So we have two 50-50 chances here. We have to hit one of them. That's huge. Right? That's really good. No, I don't want to get red carded or whatever, but it still doesn't matter. We still just flip heads and we ride off into the sunset. All right. Well, as long as our hand doesn't get disrupted, we just KO his active next turn, unless he capes or whatever. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're not in a bad spot either way, right? We always flip tails. Why are we always flipping tails? I don't really understand it. What if he Iridas? That would be crazy. I was top 10K when I went on a 7... Oh, he plays Potion? What a degenerate. What an absolute degenerate play from this man. Potion into Mars. What an absolute degen. What an absolute degenerate. Silvally red anyway, though. LOL. Let's go. No Rocky Helmet, though. Maybe we top deck the Rocky Helmet as well. Insult to injury would be cool. Would be preferred. Ooh, the silver. So we don't need to play red. We have definitely just hold on to the red. And we can silver him. Maybe he has something spicy in hand. Leaf, Cyrus, and Irida. And Giant. He's a second Giant Cape in hand. What's the better one to take, Leaf or Irida? Is what I'm wondering. The Irida doesn't matter because we can just KO him next turn. Probably Leaf, right? Just for flexibility reasons. Maybe Irida. I'm just going to take the Irida. Man's waiting for his candy. They always are. They always are. This man's playing... He didn't even attach Giant Cape either, which is crazy. But, yeah, he ran Potion and then he Mars'd us. So our hand is a little bit of a brick here. If we don't have another basic, we do just lose the game, sadly. But he attaches active. And he capes the active. So he's going down. He's only going to hit us for 40 this turn. And then we just start swinging and hope we draw something the next few turns. We're in a good spot either way. The solo of Silvally going second is just crazy. Jackie says Suicune's my favorite deck. Yo, you're crazy. The second red is awesome, too. 3 energies on Silvally. Let's do it. I'd only take Leaf if you're setting up board swap advantage. Yeah, I just would rather not deal with Irida. I think Irida is just a more valuable card in general for him. So he also has Cyrus, but I'm not really worried about the Cyrus either. There's no real correct... like, we don't know what the correct play was until later in the game, so... Another research. This man's flying through his deck. So now he's got Greninja. We're -9 card advantage, by the way, for those of you who were interested. But now we do just get KO'd the following turn, which obviously doesn't feel great. So without a basic Pokemon, we lose this game, sadly, just a bricking. But we have double Research, Pokeball, and 3 other basics in our deck, as well as a Gladion. So basically half our deck is, more than half our deck is leading us to another Pokemon. Maybe we get it, maybe we don't. This guy's the draw 20 meme right now. He is, dude. He's got 3 cards in his deck. No other basics yet, though. It's crazy. He attaches to Greninja, so we know he's got Relief in hand. We knew that before, in fact. And Pokeball. Sweet. And we have Cyrus, too. If this is a type null, we win. It's not. Okay. So now we have to bellow. We have to double up and bellow. Actually, retreating here probably is correct, too, isn't it? But we know he has Cyrus, so... I don't think it actually matters. I think we just bellow. Although we know he has Cape, too. Oh, no, he played Cape. Do we force the Cyrus out of him, or does it actually matter? Probably not, right? None of it matters. So, we just bellow. And bellow was kind of our GG moment here. A type null would have meant we could have won next turn, because we could have just red hit and then Cyrused him, but whatever. We're just going to win the next couple of turns with red and Giratina in our hand. I guess without Rocky Helmet, he can still win, because he can, if he retreats now, goes into Greninja and KOs, and then pings the bench, and then Cyrus is up the... I don't know, actually. I don't know how he wins here. He definitely can still win, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he could still win. He has to go into Greninja. He has to KO this turn. But he can ping the Giratina. I just don't know how he does anything the following turn, and we have red in hand. Right? So, like, I don't know how we can lose. A second Greninja? Can he do it with 2 Greninja? So he's going to do 80 or 20 into 100? No, he can't KO. Even next turn, hitting with Greninja and then doing double Water Shuriken, he can't KO us, so... I guess he can maybe force the tie. But we can... Would that force the tie? No, because we're going to be at 100. Or we're going to be at 30 HP at the end of next turn. So I don't think we lose. I don't think we can lose. I guess he could get rid of our red in hand. Yeah, Mars, but he already Mars'd us. He already played Mars. If he red cards us, then yeah, we're cooked, but whatever. You know what I mean? Then he would have to retreat and not attack us if that was the case. Yeah, here comes the other Greninja, but we're going to be at 130. Or we're going to be at 30 HP. Oh, no. We're going to be at 10 HP. All right, he did force the tie. Actually, he wins if we don't have another basic, so good for him. Oh, he retreats. GG. Yeah, we have a second red, buddy. We have a second red. He misplayed. Yeah, he could force the draw. He's banking on us not having another red. But yeah. GG, my friend. He's got to get that legendary pulse draw here with 0 cards in his deck. You know what I mean? I think we BM him. I think we BM. This is a great time of the night to BM these Suicune players who are just... You know, we're not going to disrespect anybody in the game, but if you're playing Suicune, you know, we don't have a lot of love for you. So we're going to sit here. We're going to waste a bunch of time. and we're going to BM the heck out of him. He's like, oh, I won the game. He doesn't have the card. Think for 20 seconds? I'm thinking. I really am. I'm thinking about it. So what are you guys doing today? Are you guys having a good day today? Are you excited for the news tomorrow? I am exceptionally excited for just new cards because that means I have things to talk about. I have stuff to talk about. Hopefully, if the announcement comes tomorrow. If not, it comes Thursday. And if that is the case, I have no idea what we're going to talk about tomorrow. And maybe we just don't make a video. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, how quickly does he concede right here? Would love to wake up to a trailer. Yeah, me too, man. I would as well. This next move is crucial. We should get a trailer tomorrow. Think about what's for dinner tomorrow. I know, right? He's mad at me. Yeah, I know he is. He's playing Suicune. Come on, no remorse for the Suicune players. Our win rate into Suicune tonight has been phenomenal. I will say. I will say. The fact though that he did hit us with the turn 2 Mars and Potion, and we flipped tails is like pretty funny. In the grand scheme of things, that was a pretty funny game. He kind of deserved the BM. I'm excited for the trailer. Sad for the community? Why are you sad for the community? I think people are going to be, in general, pretty upset that it's not like the big update, but people just don't know. Again, they made the mistake of announcing all of the Mega Pokemon and everything too early. They announced it like a couple months ago, and then people are just waiting for... I love this doll. You guys like that? It's entertaining hearing you talk about anything. I appreciate that, but I also appreciate people watching my videos, right? And if there's nothing really to talk about, then, we don't get a lot of views, and that's sad. But we are going to be just KOing this guy next turn, and I feel pretty good about the going first Man-Tyke into Type Null stuff. It's great, actually. It's good times. Potion and Suicune Grid is mad. It is, dude. It's a little bit off the top. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so we actually might not even be able to attack him next turn if we don't snipe the old Type Null off the... or the Silvally off the Gladion. Ooh, we get red carded. That's actually fine, because I feel like it's probably more likely that we draw the card we want. Yeah. Our card is very protected against that type of play, which is what I really like about Silvally. Just because we have 2 Silvally, 2 Gladion in our deck, right? So no matter what's in our hand, if we don't play those cards beforehand, then, we're just very likely to get Marsed or red carded early on into the cards that we need anyway. You know what I mean? We BM'd him there with the Rocky Helmet, but it's all good. It's all good. A big pocket content creator is facing serious allegation, regrettably. Can you go into... Is it me? Am I facing big allegations? Who are you talking about? I've not heard any of this. Juretzel, can you elaborate? We need Badoo. We do need Badoo. A grass baby would be crazy, actually. Venusaur? Playing some Venusaur EX would be fun. Yeah, people definitely play Oricorio in Suicune Greninja for sure. That is definitely a thing. Our second 5 streak of the night. We've actually gone up almost half a percent. Jody? What is Jody's... What's the allegations against Jody? I haven't heard this. Is it... What's going on? What's happening? It's all over Twitter? I don't know anything about it. I don't know Jody personally, but in my experience with him, he's obviously been, a nice guy. I like his content. I don't know what the case was. I don't know what's happened here. This is news to me. But we are going second Man-Tyke lead into Suicune again. It's all over Twitter. I kind of want to check. It's very serious stuff. It's tough. I don't like to hear that. Whatever it is, I don't know what's going on, but it's never a good thing, never a good thing. Never a good thing. The streets are saying you're the most entertaining and wholesome content creator, allegedly. That means they're wrong, you know what I mean? Unfortunately for them. We have Red and Gladion and Silvally in hand, so we're going to attack with this Type Null. Online drama is never good? Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I don't have a Twitter, so... My Twitter account got hacked like 4 times, so... Yeah. Can we flip heads here? That's the question I'm wondering. Boom! Alright, he probably has Irida, but at least we, maybe can KO this Suicune next turn. We do have this Man-Tyke, so I would not like the Irida, but he probably does have it. I have 2,900 points. You think will be enough for top 5,000 now? Sick of playing the season? I don't know if it will be. He capes. Does he also Irida? I'm curious. Don't do it to me, brother. Don't Irida me, brother. Oh, he bellows. Okay. Good. Kind of a GG moment, actually, for us. This is why we play double red. Yeah, and there's another one just for good measure as well. Just for good measure as well. All right, we're chilling. We're big chilling. We would like a type null off of that Gladion. Or a Rocky Helmet as well would be fine. He's probably going to Greninja, though. Oh, he goes into Froakie. Why would he go into Froakie? Because he's going to evolve? Is that why? Probably, right? Another research. This man has 6 cards in deck. I'm curious. I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard the news or anything like that, but yeah, it's tough. You never like to hear anything like that for sure, right? But if he bellows, then he can't retreat and attach next turn. So this is a weird play from him regardless. Oh, he's pinging the Giratina. Okay. We just always double up, though, on Giratina. Actually, no. So we're going to research and then hit. And hopefully we have, like, a Rocky Helmet or something. That's not a great... We do have Cyrus, though. I don't mind this. Because unless he has... Oh, somebody post a link? I can't link the tweet due to the wording, but it's a person's only tweet. If you'd like to check it out later. Okay. Yeah, you probably can't link it in the chat for sure. Okay, we get Marsed, and we're about to get KO'd, which isn't very ideal. So if he KOs the active, then we'd kind of just lose if he has Cyrus. So we probably end up losing this game just to us not having the cards we need, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'll check out the link. We'll end the stream here in a few minutes anyway. So, streets are right. What does that mean? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. So he has Cyrus in hand, which means we lose. RIP to us. So I guess we can Mars and pray. I guess. Pray the Mars to 2 works here. No way it does, but maybe it does. We never know. He's got 6 cards in deck. They only play 1 Cyrus normally. Are we going to get lucky? Are we going to get lucky? Oh, no, jeez. Okay, all right. All right. It's all good. It's all good. If we had just sort of had a second Silvally able to set up, then we would have been able to force the KO. Also, no Rocky Helmets there is a bit unfortunate. We even top-decked the Mars. It didn't work. It didn't work. We Marsed him into Cyrus. He could have been playing 2. The streets are alleging you're the GOAT pocket creator. It's tough. Yeah, I'm not going to pull it up on stream, but I'll check it out after the stream. We'll play one more game. That way maybe we can end on a win here. They always have what they need. I mean, we Marsed him to 2. I mean, to be fair, if he's playing 2 Cyrus, it's very likely that he had one of them at least. So nothing we can really do there. Nothing we could have really done. A Mars earlier would have been nice. Even a silver just to guarantee we get rid of the Cyrus, but what are you going to do? Okay, we're going first this game. Never a great sign. Into Lightning. Do have the old Mantike type null stuff. I'm telling you, people ask me why you play the baby Pokemon. This is why you play the baby Pokemon. The rest of our hand is absolute brick right now, but whatever, right? Oh, never mind. Clutch. Clutch. Insane top deck. Insane hand to have right now, quite frankly. We'd love to see it. Crazy. Crazy. The other thing with Twitter too is like you never know. Sometimes people are just trying to say stuff. I'm not defending anybody. I haven't read anything, but there's definitely a lot of things that happen, online. It's just the reality, right? It's just the reality of life. I wonder if he's gonna flip heads here. I would actually rather he didn't. Of course he does. All right, we're gonna have to burn this red, but that's fine. As long as we're just top decking supporters from here on out, we're going to beat him. So I guess that's all that really matters, is if we just draw a bunch of supporters here. We do have 14 cards in our deck, which is great. But most of them are supporters, which is, I guess, the upside here. He does get the double Thunderous Clap off. So theoretically, he could actually attack me with Silvally, but then we Revenge KO. So we just need to top deck stuff. That Silvali's not going to help us, but at least we can KO the active this turn. And unless he has like Silvally, Supporter, and E-Switch, then we're not really worried about the following turns here. We just have to play off the top deck and hope we get a little lucky, or not get unlucky. Oh. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Shout out to everybody tonight, by the way. Thank you for the Twitch subs, any channel members that we got, any subscribers. You guys are awesome. Stay tuned. We'll do like a normal non-members only live stream. Oh, he does get Silvally down. Okay. But he has to attach to the Zera, which gives me high hopes, at least. So as long as we can top deck a supporter here, we're in a good spot. That's huge. Yeah, dealing with allegations like that is tough, though, and a lot of big creators in the vicinity community are calling him out for it. Oh, VGC? Interesting. Interesting. I probably should have taken the other card, but yeah, again, I don't know what's going on. So, I don't know what's going on. Post may be anonymous and vague, but the retweets and replies aren't looking good for him. Still want to wait for concrete evidence. You're 100% right, but in this case, there's a lot of people reporting having similar experiences with the person mentioned. It's tough. We actually lose this game, which is crazy. It's actually hilarious that we ended up losing this game just to having both Pokeball and all 3 of our other basic Pokemon in our 11-card deck. So RIP to us. Getting absolutely rolled. Definitely not something we want to read on stream. That's okay, I won't. I won't, I promise. Well, very unfortunate game for us. For us to brick in the way that we did is crazy. Absolutely insane. It's all right. We'll wrap up the stream. What's up, Ash? What's going on? We got rolled by not having any Pokemon. Wait, he retreated? Because he's got red. Bro, what? Why wouldn't he just KO? He wins the game. Maybe he doesn't know about the tie clause? That would be crazy. What just happened there? Why did he throw? Does anyone know? He must not have known about the tie stuff, right? Because we didn't have a bench, so he would have won. I don't know what that was. We'll take the free win. We'll take the free win, though, I guess. Do we play one more? What do you guys want? Do you guys want one more game? This was a great stream. I had a great time. You guys are awesome. Do we play? Do we play one more or what? I admire your loyalty. All right, Jerry. Listen, I don't know what's going on. Got in his own head. Probably doesn't know the tie clause. We'll play one more game because that wasn't that wasn't much of a barn burner. Our opponents have done that twice tonight. They've made plays that just throw the game. Goes to show that it's very easy to lose Pokemon Pocket games. I would say people talk about RNG, but it's much easier to lose a game of Pokemon Pocket than it is to win a game. But we're definitely winning games tonight. We've climbed a good bit, honestly. Going first again, maybe we get that sweet Mantike lead. Unreal, although it's Giratina. We do have Gladion. Do we risk it for the biscuit? What are we playing? Giratina Darkrai? Risking it. Risking it. Yo, the Mantike. The Mantike mirror. Oh, the Gladion, dude. We have technically a 2 out of 3 chance on this, guys, so let's go. I get so excited when that stuff happens, even though it's like just very simple stuff. I get so amped up about that type of stuff. You have no idea. I really do. I really get absolutely just completely amped up. An unbelievable amount. Although, we're playing a Turbo Dark deck, so it probably would be better for us because he's going second leading Mantike. It probably would be better for us to just Bellow with Giratina that turn. Maybe we'll do it next turn still. I don't know. But yeah. I got pretty hyped. Maybe he whiffs a basic, right? Yeah, okay, never mind. Never mind, that's an Arceus. That's going to be attacking us next turn. There's a Pichu, so one more and we get KO'd. Actually, hits for 110 anyway. And there it is. Okay, so now we have to double up on Giratina. This turn, which is fine, I guess. Not ideal, but it's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. We'll play this Gladion. This is definitely a deck that we don't love playing against, in all complete honesty. 100% not a deck that we love playing against. But we'll double up on Giratina. Giratina might be able to carry us. Because, you know, with Rocky Helmet, he'll get in range of Giratina KOing, and then if we can just draw into like a red or whatever, then we'll KO the Darkrai as well. Valid amount of 2 out of 3 odds. I lose must be studied, dude. I hear you. I hear you. Can't end on a loss. We won last game, bro. What are you talking about? Your opponent snatched defeat from the jaws of victories. This is one of my favorite comments of all time, Ash. That's hilarious. That is super funny. Super funny. We do got to bounce out of here, though, at some point. It's getting late. It's a weekday. It's a work day. It's midnight. We're playing Pokemon Pocket. Great stream, though. Great stream. He repels us. That's fine. We'll just give him this. Doesn't matter, because what matters is that we go into Silvally next turn. So I'd rather just wait another turn. Honestly. I'm going to bellow either way, so he has to attack us. But maybe he plays Guzma. You know what I mean? Maybe he plays the old Goose. You never know. Ooh, the cape is... the cape is interesting. In fact, the cape is quite interesting. Now we need red. But we have a couple of turns to do it, right? So there's that. There's that. Knowing the matchup, we probably should have just bellowed. Oh, okay. That's fine for me. Take that to the bank, that's for sure. But now we are unfortunately reliant on like another red to KO the Darkrai. Which isn't ideal, of course, but whatever, right? Because he can't attack next turn with Darkrai, but the turn after he can, and he will KO our Giratina. So, like, that's the part we don't want, you know what I mean? So unless we top deck another red, we don't have Sabrina or anything, so we probably will end up still losing this game unless we draw in maybe another Rocky Helmet or a second red. Both are possible. Both unlikely, unfortunately. Unfortunately. The Giant Cape there actually really did matter. If we lose, it's because of that Giant Cape. Sadly. Okay. Actually, we lose to getting Sabrina or repelled still. But whatever. If we lose even after top decking back-to-back reds, I don't know what to say. But he already played his repel, so if he has Sabrina and repel, I mean... whatever. He actually can't even attack me next turn anyway, so it's literally GG. What an incredible moment that we've had together today. Oh, Oricorio. Why is he playing Oricorio? Why do we just lose to the Oricorio? Why does he have Oricorio? Oh, that's fun. That's great. I love that for us. I love that. I love the Oricorio. We have no Sabrina or anything to get around it. All right. Who else who else expected the Oricorio to come out? Am I the only one? Am I the only one that expected the random Oricorio drop in this Dark Arceus deck list? I don't know what's going on. Not something I've really ever seen before. He leaves. Well, that certainly was not to be expected at all. I'm not gonna lie. That definitely was not expected. Congrats to this man for just having his one of Oricorio, I guess, randomly. Did we expect him to have Oricorio? I don't think so. An unfortunate loss, but one we have to take to the bank anyway. Maybe we should play the one Sabrina. Maybe we should. Very cringe. Yeah, the Oricorio was very cringe. He just happened to have it too. It's not like he had like 9 cards in his deck. He just happened to also have Oricorio. Whatever. It worked for him in that one scenario. So what can you really say about it? What can you really say? Actually, the repel won him the game because we would have still had a type null available, right? So the only reason that worked is because he repelled our Silvally and we gave him type null instead of Mantike that turn. That's kind of the only reason why he ended up actually winning. But hey, we climbed actually quite a bit. People, we climbed quite a bit. We actually were up to 54% on the season. I don't know how many... We climbed like almost 1,000 points or more than 1,000 points. or ranks rather. I don't know how many points we climbed. I don't really remember, but we did pretty good this stream. The stack list is still cracked. I genuinely believe in it. I would say probably 3 or 4 losses tonight that we had were from misplays, but we won a lot of games. I would say we actually did pretty good. Went on a couple 5 streaks, like one right there. That was a good little streak. But yeah, more wins than losses, I would say, for sure. Crazy win rate climb. I mean, our win rate should be around 55%, but we kind of threw a bunch of games early in the season when we were testing. But yeah, that's normally where we fall, is around 55%. It doesn't really matter what decks we play or what season we play. We're always around 55%. But yeah, he's been waiting for that play, Jonan. You definitely was. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to all of the subscribers, all of the channel members. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We will be doing a members and sub only live stream this weekend. You guys can, hang out with me directly. You can ask me any questions. We can talk about the new set coming. We can theory craft. We can do anything you guys want to do in that members only stream. I appreciate all of the support. Even all you guys that are not subscribed, but or not, channel members, but you're subscribed to the channel and you were watching the stream. Thank you guys so much. GG's, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks. I don't know how to end the streams, but this was a good one. Stay tuned. We should be getting the trailer update tomorrow, and hopefully we do, so we have something to talk about on the channel. That would be, of course, very, very preferable. Thank you, Light Rain. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Go check out the YouTube. Shout out to all the subs. Shout out to all the members. You guys are awesome. But yeah, that's it. I don't got anything else. Great stream tonight. We'll be back probably in a couple of days, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. We'll have to see. But I'm trying to do like 3 streams a week is what we're really trying to do right now. So anyway, peace out, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you guys later. And yeah.